From pretty much the present, this is your host, Adam Graham, bringing you a week of old-time radio detective podcasts from 2012. Because these podcasts are many years old, any offers or information included in the podcast may not be valid unless they're currently reflected on our Great Detectives of Old Time Radio website at greatdetectives.net. Here now is a week of old-time radio detective podcast. Welcome to the Great Detectives of Old Time Radio from Boise, Idaho. This is your host, Adam Graham. If you have a comment, email it to me. Box13 at greatdetectives.net. Follow us on Twitter at Radio Detectives and call us if you like to leave a voicemail, 208-991-4783. Well, today's episode of the Great Detectives of Old Time Radio is brought to you by the financial support of our listeners. Thank you so much for all of your support. Now it's time for today's episode, The Adventure of the Reckless Daughter.
The Adventures of Frank Race, starring Tom Collins. The war changed many things, the face of the earth and the people on it. Before the war, Frank Race worked as an attorney, but he traded his law books for the cloak and dagger of the OSS. And when it was over, his former life was over, too. Adventure had become his business. The Adventures of Frank Race. Now we join Frank Race for The Adventure of the Reckless Daughter.
Night brooded over the city, and its streets seemed quiet. But you could sense the bitterness that lay beneath the apparently placid surface. This was a section of the European continent. Here the scars of war showed jagged and ugly. It was a healing, not a happy process.
Oh, brother. Talk about dead town. Everybody here must be between the quilts.
It's almost midnight.
That's late. In New York, things would just be getting started.
I'm afraid it's different here, Mark.
Yeah, I'll say it's different. Every guy you meet gives you the dog eye. You all seem to think that... Oh, brother, they come kind of close.
Listen.
Hey, I say this town was dead. I'm now munching on my wife.
Well, now that you're standing here, let's go.
Look, what are we doing in this town, Race? You never did get around to telling me.
I don't know what the job is yet. You have to see a man by the name of McDonald.
Well, I can see that there's no... Hey, that one just about took off my ear.
Sit back against this wall, right here in the shadow.
Look, what goes here anyway?
Wait a second. But I heard someone call.
American, you can come here.
Hey, it's the same.
The doorway over there. Come on.
You made it.
Yes. And thanks for the suggestion.
Oh, I could not leave you there, could I? Not when those bullets are really meant for me.
Yeah, who's on the other side of them?
Probably the police.
Cops? Leave us not stay here. There's no future in it. Let's...
Well, there doesn't seem to be much future out here either. Police throwing lead. If they are the police.
Oh, you don't believe me.
I wish it went so dark. The rest of you goes with that voice.
You must not strike a light. We would draw this fire.
Which brings up the question of getting out of here.
There is a little cafe in the next square. We could perhaps make a break for it.
Well, not all of us together, but I have an idea. Which way is the cafe?
To our right.
Then I'll make a dash to the left, while you and my friend here leg it for the cafe. We'll meet there.
Look, let me do the solo act, Race. You stay with the lady, huh?
No sale. Was my thought.
Yeah, but I'm used to driving a cab, which makes me better at dodging things. Go ahead, get going. I'll see you later.
He was gone before I could protest. With 2 shots reaching out for him as the girl and I took the other direction. The cafe in the next block turned out to be pretty much like the rest of the city. Not much light, not much glitter. Very little sound.
Well, do I match my voice?
You witch. You knew you'd knock me over, didn't you? You were sure of it.
I'm surprised, too. Very pleasantly surprised.
Red hair and brown eyes and all the accessories. And I mean all of them.
A woman at whom someone fires bullets. Remember?
You're gay. You laugh when so many of these around are grim and unsmiling. Why?
To waste life on anything but laughter is foolish.
Why?
Stephanie?
Just Stephanie?
That seems to be it.
Would it do me any good to ask you the why of the bullets?
Not at the moment, because we're going to be intruded upon.
I object to that word, Stephanie. You make it sound too personal.
He had the look to spell bloodhound. And I sensed that because of the girl, he was going to be my enemy.
Grace, this is Gregor Savas.
Won't you sit down?
You will pardon me if I do not.
Sit down, Gregor. It will ease that temper of yours.
You have a companion, I believe, Mr. Race.
Yes, What happened?
He is quite all right. But we will have to charge him with resisting arrest.
Now you know, Ray. Savas is a policeman. A highly placed policeman, to be sure, but a policeman nevertheless. Gregor, do sit down and have something to drink with us. It will lighten your spirits.
I am not anxious to lighten my spirits. There are other things to think about.
Savas, if Mark Donovan's guilty of anything, then I am equally so.
And I.
If I thought I could make use of such a situation, believe me, I would. Your companion was guilty of physical resistance. In this country, that is serious.
In this country, everything is serious. Let the man go, Gregor. He was only trying to help me.
If I have my way, and I think I will, he shall pay a full penalty. And that, for your information, Mr. Race, is quite severe.
This was his parting shot. With it, he left us, pausing only a moment or so to say something to a man beside the door.
I'm sorry, Ray.
I'd better start doing something about Mark.
Oh, of course. I wish I could help. Will I see you again?
Why not?
I'm staying with a friend, a countrywoman of yours. Find the church of San Sebastian and walk through its graveyard.
Unusual directions.
Geraldine Carr is an unusual woman. I'm very fond of her.
I headed for the door, but halfway there I got my eye full of trouble. The lad to whom Savas had spoken had a knife in his hand. So I jammed my way past the side door and into a small room that offered exit in the shape of a window already open. I went through this and landed on the pavement outside. I told Mark that we'd come to the city to see a man by the name of MacDonald. And it was to this person that I went now. It was after midnight, but I found him still up, reading the latest blurb on the condition of Europe.
Oh, I never seem to sleep well in a hotel. Silly, isn't it? No, sit down, Ray.
I came at this hour because I have a friend who's just been thrown in jail on a petty charge. Thought you might be able to help us.
How long is it since you arrived?
About 9 hours.
9 hours, and you already have a problem. Problem. This country is full of them. I know I'm in business here. I could probably do something for your friend. I'm wondering if you can do something for me.
I'll try.
I want to trigger a big expansion program here, Race. My syndicate is willing to spend millions because we know the industrial record of this nation. It's great. Naturally, to keep such a development sound, we must have insurance. But the underwriters are balking. Too much instability of government, too many factions, cross-purposes.
I can imagine that. You sense it just from walking the streets of the city.
There's one man who ties the nation together. He's done it before. He can do it again.
Anton Vendine.
Yes, you know him. It's largely because you know him that you're here. Now, if we can persuade Van Dien to again become prime minister, the insurance companies are willing to restore protection to business. That's the most important thing that can happen to this country. I want you to talk to Van Dien, Race. I want you to persuade him to accept the post the people want him to take. If he'll say yes, President Lator will appoint him tomorrow.
Well, I'm surprised that he hasn't already accepted. What's the impasse?
Well, for some reason, he's become a recluse. Won't talk to anyone. That's why your name was mentioned. You know, I understand you once held a cellar with him, kept a full detachment of Nazis at bay for almost 2 days.
Yes. Yeah, he's a lion, that Van Dien.
Yes. Say nothing of yourself. Will you see him?
Yeah, as early as possible, tomorrow. I found Anton Van Dien working in his garden. I remembered him with dark, gray-streaked hair. Now his hair was almost white. But the look of him was the same. Rugged, fighting features and the eyes of a child running to receive a toy. His eyes had always carried that expression, even in battle.
Ray, I can't believe it. I'm so happy to see you.
Yeah, it seems a long time, Anton.
Yes, a long time. We saw some hectic days, didn't we? And now, I cultivate roses.
Anton, we've always been strong friends. We've always been frank with one another.
I can recall that with pleasure.
So you can understand why I'm puzzled. The people of this country want you for their prime minister. The post has been vacant for weeks, waiting for your acceptance.
Politics. I no longer have an interest there, Ray.
Well, in your case, I prefer the word statesmanship.
In my case, it's all the same.
There's something else bothering you. No man could change this much in 5 or 6 years.
Yes, there is something else. Do you remember my daughter? You must. In 43, she was 17.
Yes, I remember. I recall that you were very close to each other.
Yes, we were close, weren't we? She was not only a daughter, she was a companion in arms, a child to make a man proud of himself.
Anton, has something happened to her?
I thought I had done all the proper things with my daughter. Psychologically, educationally. She saw some very bad times, like the rest of us. But I felt her to be sound inside. I've always admired the women of my country, Ray. Admired them for their strength and vitality. My daughter has both of those attributes in abundance. And now she insists on turning them to the pursuits of vandalism and violence. Philosophy she thinks is new and different. Be gay and seek enjoyment no matter what the cost to others. This has become her only aim in life.
I see. But you can't let this affect you, Anton. You can't...
Grace, when a man cannot influence his own child, a girl to whom he has given all his talents, the best of his efforts, how can he expect to lead a nation?
Anton, if my memory serves me correctly, your daughter's name is Stephanie.
That's right, Ray. And she was always very fond of you.
And if my memory serves me still further, Stephanie has red hair. Stephanie Van Dien. No wonder I hadn't recognized her. I remember what she'd been like 5 years before, thin from lack of nutrition. A young girl who seemed all eyes. She'd changed, and how she'd changed. I kept walking. The thought of Stephanie Van Dien's beauty couldn't quite dispel the feeling of depression I developed in talking to her father. Because of my preoccupation, I didn't notice the car until I'd almost reached it. It stopped so as to block my passage across the intersection. There was the driver, a man sitting in back. Another man stood alongside the car, leaning slightly on a cane.
Mr. Race,
So us.
you may be interested to know that your companion was set free about an hour ago through the request of a rather influential person.
Oh, that's gratifying.
I resent meddling, particularly on the part of foreigners. And I consider you and your companion to be a disturbing influence here. So I am making a suggestion. Get out of the country. If you remain here after noon tomorrow, either of you, you will be hunted down and shot.
return to the adventures of Frank Race in just about 1 minute. And now, back to the adventures of Frank Race.
The overall picture had become clearer now. The country had turned within itself out of dissatisfaction, and the Corps was assuming the old pattern, dictatorship. Already it had become a semi-police state. There was a possibility that Savas had the drive to make it his party, the flame that would twist the country into his grip. There was only one remedy. Anton Vendine must return to the post of Prime Minister, which meant that I had to see his daughter.
I think we could have got here a little faster. We could have done a looking by daylight. This must be it. You said a church on one side and a graveyard on the other, didn't you?
Now, this is it, all right.
And we go through the graveyard in the dark. Oh, brother, of a routine.
The girl is living with Bohemians.
I thought you said you were staying with an American family.
By Bohemian, Mark, I mean artists. They like to do things in an unusual way.
Well, they're doing it. What's the matter with that flashlight? Seems to be getting dim. When you go walking through a graveyard at night, you...
Hey, Mark. Where are you?
Here I am, Ray. The bottom of this pit.
Well, his light went out. Must be the batteries. Wait a second. Oh, there it is. Oh. Well, I'll be darned.
What are you laughing at? Lucky thing I didn't break my neck. What is this, anyhow?
Marcus, you're in a grave.
I'm in a what? You're kidding.
An open grave.
Yes, me that's rushing things a little.
Yeah, let me help you out, huh?
You have to reach way in. They bury him deep in this country.
Here, grab.
I got it.
All right, now dig in with your feet. Yeah, that's it. There we go. Yeah.
Oh, that does it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, let's see if we can find those women without any more mishaps. The place turned out to be the loft over a barn, but a loft that had been decorated quite fetchingly. We found no one there, but a note had been tacked at the door. A note asking any callers to go in and wait.
Very cozy. I never would have thought it. Look, what's the picture on all this, Racing?
A beautiful girl who thinks that tearing around and involving herself in madcap escapades is fun, even though it threatens to ruin her father's career.
Dames. And when they're beautiful, it makes it all the tougher.
Oh, you sound so cynical, the pair of you.
Well, hello, Stephanie.
Where'd you come from?
Oh, we have a back door, too. Hello, Ray.
Why didn't you tell me who you really were?
Oh. You've seen my father.
Yeah, I saw it.
I couldn't resist it, Ray. I was so mad about you when you were here before. I was only 16 then. Remember?
I remember a girl who could think of nothing but her country's freedom. A girl who adored her father.
I adored you too, Ray. I think I could still adore you. With a little encouragement.
Maybe I ought to stroll down by the graveyard and commune with the spirits.
Not on my account, Mark.
Meaning you have no such romantic inclination. Is that it, Ray?
Stephanie, why do you insist on placing your father in such a bad position?
You mean because I refuse to wave the flag any longer? Maybe I suffered from war nerves, too? Maybe I want a little fun.
From what I gather, your fun gets pretty rough. Vandalism. Must be quite a crowd you're traveling with.
I like them. They know how to live. All I ever really knew before I met them was how to die. This is probably Geraldine now.
And Ted. Oh, darling, we missed you. I thought... Oh, I'm sorry.
Why? Because she's got another man here? Well, I'm not sorry. He's too good looking. This must be your other American, Stephanie.
Oh, not as much my American as I had hoped. Race, this is Geraldine Carr and Ted Lamson.
Ted Lamson looked like all America in 1948. His slacks and shoes had been yellowed by mud, but his attitude was completely casual. Geraldine Carr had the look of a nightclub hostess, and the attitude to go with it.
You mean he's giving you trouble, Ducky?
Oh, he thinks I'm being a silly, willful female.
Why, Ray? Because she refuses to moan about the probability of the next war? Because she's sensible enough to know that having fun's the most important thing in life?
It's quite a breezy philosophy. Good thing it hasn't been the creed of all mankind.
And why not?
We'd still be peering out of caves.
It's our idea that you can be happy and still do things, Ray.
Well, I understand you do things, all right. Not very constructive, though, are they?
Do come in, Gregor, even without knocking.
I am not here socially, Stephanie. This time my visit is official.
Then I'm sure it concerns me.
I am sure it concerns you, my dear. The Church of San Sebastian has just been robbed, and the custodian murdered.
Murdered?
His body is lying in the graveyard at this moment, with a knife in its side.
What was taken, Sebastian?
A gold statue, worth a lot of money.
Gregor, if you think I had anything to do with this...
What else can I think? The way you have been acting, the things you have been
The
doing...
things I've been doing have never included thievery or murder.
I'm sorry, Stephanie. I must place you under arrest.
Race.
Mr. Race is leaving the country. He has less than 24 hours. I trust he is keeping that in mind.
I could think of nothing else but to head for the home of Anton Vendine, where the immediate reaction to my news was one of hopelessness.
You see, Race? This finishes it.
I can see it'll finish a lot of things if we don't act quickly, including the freedom of this country. What are the mechanics of your taking over the premiership?
Well, I could simply be sworn in at any time. But with what has happened, I'm afraid the president will no longer be considering my appointment.
Let's go to him, Anton, before it's too late. President Lator, a gray little man with furrows of trouble etched across his forehead, shook his head dubiously.
The paper's all heavy by now, Anton. I'm afraid the feeling is going to run high. Yesterday you were the hero of the people. Tomorrow they may think of you only as the father of a murderer. Under the circumstances...
I understand.
Will you excuse me, Jeremy?
He left us to answer his phone. When he came back, his expression looked even more troubled than before.
What is it, Nikolai?
Gregor Savas. He insists that I summon him to the post of Prime Minister.
If you do, Mr. President, it'll be a move you'll gravely regret.
I'm afraid I'm going to have no other alternative. I have held the post open too long as it is, waiting for you, Anton.
And Mr. Vendine's ready to accept it.
But this is a scandal, Race. We may as well give up.
We are a religious people, Mr. Race, and that statue had great importance to us.
Suppose we find it. Suppose we prove that Stephanie Vendine had nothing to do with its theft.
Oh, I should be most happy.
Then I'd like you two gentlemen to meet me at the side entrance to the Church of San Sebastian in about an hour. I think I know where to find that statue. See anyone yet, Mark?
Nah, nobody. But it's a good thing that moon come out and behind those clouds they wouldn't be able to see nothing. You want the president and Mr. Van Dane to come first, don't you?
Yes. And if I have time to write, that's the way it'll work. If I have time to write. There's so much that can go wrong with this, Mark.
Hey, here comes a couple of guys now, right?
Yeah, let me look.
The ones you want?
Yes. The president, Anton Vendine. We're in this doorway, gentlemen.
All right, Race.
Oh, Mr. Race, whatever you are going to do, you must do it quickly. I have only a short time in which to make a decision.
If I have time to write, Mr. President, you shouldn't have too long to wait. In fact, there's someone now.
Where?
Coming through the graveyard.
Who is it, Race?
A countryman of mine, I'm ashamed to say. Oh, but something's wrong. He should have had company.
He's gone. One moment he was there, and now he's gone.
Come on. All right, Lampson. You can stop digging and come out of there.
That is the one, all right. Same grave I fell into.
Climb out, Lampson.
But this is nothing but an empty grave.
Not entirely empty, Mr. President. Buried at the bottom of it, you'll find that stolen statue. Won't he, Lampson?
You sneak. You trapped me into coming out here.
Don't talk about sneak, Lampson. You've been letting Stephanie Vendine think you were a friend.
Well, you won't get away with it. I'm not alone in this.
Go ahead, Lampson. Tell us who else is in it with you.
I think I can answer that best, Race.
Say what?
Yes, Sebas. And with this, there's a present for all of you. Sebas!
I'm in here, too. Watch out for me.
You are a bungling fool. You are going to die with the rest of them.
He means it. He's going to kill me, too.
There seems to be others with him.
Surely. Savas is set right now to make his first push.
Yeah, with us is the kind cousin.
Wait. Let's give them something back.
Mr. Race, what is going on here?
I'm afraid our friend Savas intends to assume control of this country. To do that, he knew he'd have to discredit Anton Vendine. So he took advantage of Stephanie's apparent waywardness and framed this theft and murder. That's the way of it, isn't it, Lamson?
Yes. Yes, that's the way of it.
He'd have made it stick, too. If Mark Donovan hadn't fallen into this grave.
Oh, it looks as though he may win even so.
Yeah, they're pinning us down while they come closer.
It's just a matter of time.
Let them come closer. I welcome it.
You know, I still can't see how you figured this one out, Race.
You notice this grave now, Mark? It's just about 6 feet deep, isn't it?
Yeah, but when I fell into it, it was a lot deeper.
6 feet has always been the proper depth for a grave. But if you wanted to hide something in it, you'd make it deeper, wouldn't you? Which they did. They went right down to the yellow soil that Lamson had on his shoes.
Great. I think they're coming.
We are coming, all right. Stand back a moment, Ray. Ray!
Oh, brother. What was that?
Anton, you wiped them out with a hand grenade.
We did it once before, Ray. Remember? Against the same kind of people.
Let's get out of here, Anton. So we can have you sworn in as Prime Minister. For the second time, you earned it.
The Adventures of Frank Race, starring Tom Collins with Tony Barrett as Mark Donovan, comes to you from Hollywood. Others heard in tonight's cast were Gene Bates, Evelyn Scott, Jack Crucian, Wilms Herbert, Joe Duvall, and Harry Lang. This series is written and directed by Buckley Angel and Joel Murcott. The music is composed and played by Ivan Ditmars. Be sure to be with us again this same time next week for another dramatic chapter in The Adventures of Frank Race. Art Gilmore speaking. This is a Bruce Ells production.
Welcome back. A fascinating episode raising a lot of interesting questions and feelings that some people may feel after an event like World War II, the privations, the fighting, and the feeling of that there's a sort of moral decline that often can follow these periods of war, where things get laxer, in this case with a huge consequence, and so raises some interesting issues in the post-war world. Well, this is one of my favorites so far. But we do turn now to listener comments and feedback, and Beth says, Adam, I have to tell you I could do without the Frank Race episode. He makes out with each episode's love interest sooner than even Pat Novak does. Ugh! I just feel like they ruin perfectly good storylines with gratuitous romancing. Well, you know, everybody's, of course, welcome to their opinion. I don't know if I quite see it. I mean, this certainly isn't like Banachek or something like that. I do think that it does happen that a lot of women insert themselves into situations with race to throw him off the trail. We see quite a bit of that. I don't wouldn't consider him over-exuberant like Pat Novak, because you would have more, I think, a feeling that something was going on with Pat Novak. This one, I don't think it's quite as overt. I will say that any time a show overuses an element, be it romance or violence, it risks deadening the impact of what it's overusing. You know, as we're looking 11 episodes, about a quarter of the way through the series, my favorite episode so far has been the Istanbul Adventure. And that one had a romantic context to it, that he was in love with this girl who he had met during the war. And she ended up dying because of black market drugs being smuggled in that were not effective at protecting people. And that had, I think, a definite emotional impact, because I think you got a sense that he definitely seriously cared about this woman, and she died. I think you can you can deaden it if people feel like, well, you know, he's got a different woman every week, so it doesn't feel like as real an impact. So I understand what you're saying. I'm not necessarily seeing it at this point, but as always, I welcome listener comments and feedback on what you see, on what you're experiencing in the show. And the nice thing, too, about our podcast is if there is a show you don't care for, well, then you can just go on to Tuesdays. All right. Well, speaking of Tuesdays, tomorrow it's The Fat Man. And then join us back here on Monday for the adventures of Frank Race. Well, today's episode is brought to you by the financial support of our listeners. Thank you so much for all of your support. And now it's time for us to get into today's episode of The Fat Man. This one's called Window for Murder, and this actually occurs more than a year after the last episode we played. This one's from October the 3rd of 1947. And the show now has a sponsor, so enjoy.
There he goes, into that drugstore. He's stepping on the scale. Weight, 237 pounds. Fortune, danger. Who is it?
The Fat Man.
The Norwich Pharmaceutical Company, makers of Pepto-Bismol, Unguentine, and other fine drug products, brings you the adventures of Dashiell Hammett's fascinating and exciting character, the Fat Man, a fast-moving criminologist who tips the scales at 237 pounds. Tonight's adventure, starring J. Scott Smart in A Window for Murder. And now, Pepto-Bismol brings you the Fat Man.
In a lot of ways, crime is like disease. It strikes when you least expect it, and it's no respecter of persons or classes. It spreads in contagious waves, gnawing and digging at the very backbone of society. Medical science has discovered through the years miracle drugs and vaccines that have completely knocked out many of our most dangerous maladies. But the only inoculation against a confirmed criminal is a strong fist and a fast trigger, especially when you're up against a murderer.
How are your eating habits? If you eat too much or too fast, you know how your stomach turns queasy, uneasy, and upset. If that happens, and if you've been overdosing yourself with fizzes or physics, it's time you tried Pepto-Bismol. Pepto-Bismol is a very different formula, and it works in a very different way. It doesn't add to the upset. Instead, it quiets and calms it. For Pepto-Bismol is wonderfully soothing and gentle. It's pleasant tasting, and a fast friend of the family when stomachs are sickish, sour, and upset. That's Pepto-Bismol, the gentle, soothing way to care for an upset stomach. Now, let's look into A Window for Murder.
My phone rang that morning, and a woman's voice said she was Dr. Eugenia Phelps. Eugenia Phelps. Oh, yes, an old classmate of mine. A mousy, thin, quiet little girl with a razor-sharp brain and no boyfriend. Along with her teaching, she'd studied medicine, won her MD, become a successful doctor. And she said she was in town now, taking a 3-month refresher course. Having no other friends in the city, she decided to look me up and invited me to dinner. I found her newly settled in Harlequin Court, a 3-room sublet in one of those ancient apartments built around a courtyard. There are lots of them down there in the village. Eugenia had changed considerably. The mousy shyness had given way to a crisp, confident, professional air. The martinis were good, and the dinner was fair. The conversation naturally consisted mostly of, do you remember the time when... And by 10 p.m., I was beginning to stifle yawns and glance furtively at my wristwatch.
Bored, Brad?
Yeah? Oh, no. I was up late last night, though, and I've got a busy day tomorrow.
Well, you've got time for one more drink, haven't you?
Well, it's getting late. I don't know whether I...
Oh, of course you can. One more, for old time's sake. Oh, do you mind making them, Brad?
No, not at all. Here, give me a glass.
Here you are.
In the kitchen back here?
Yes. Straight down the hall. The bottle's on the kitchen table, and you'll find ice cubes in the icebox.
Okay. Oh, by the way, Eugenia, you haven't told me how you like the big city so far.
It's all right, I suppose, but I think I prefer my own little town. I can see why a man like you would like the city, though.
What do you mean?
Like the beautiful girl who's brushing her hair in the apartment across the courtyard out here. She's gorgeous, Brad. You better hurry with those drinks. You're missing something.
Just tell her to stay put. I'll be right in.
Oh, I've never seen such lovely long red hair.
Oh, a redhead, huh? Why didn't you tell me about her sooner?
Well, I hadn't seen her before. She must have just come in. Oh, she really is... Brad, quick!
What's wrong?
That girl. That girl.
What is it, Eugenia? What's the matter? You're shaking like a leaf.
Over there in the apartment across the way.
Well, I can't see anything. The lights are out.
I know, but that girl I was talking about, the one with the long red hair.
What about her?
Somebody just opened the door, stabbed her in the back, and turned off the lights.
You're sure it was the apartment directly across from yours?
Yes, positive. Her window was on a direct line with mine.
There's a door over there across the courtyard. That must lead into the girl's side of the house.
Yes.
You didn't see anything but the hand holding the knife?
No. Whoever was holding that knife was hidden by the door.
Could you tell whether it was a man or a woman?
No.
Well, there's nobody here in the hall. Whoever did it must have moved fast to get out through the courtyard before we got down here.
Well, maybe they're still upstairs.
Well, it could be. Come on. Your apartment is up 2 flights, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay. The girl's apartment must be right at the head of this second flight. That's where your apartment is, on the other side. Come on.
But, Brad,
Are you afraid?
No, I'm all right. I'll feel much safer with you.
Okay. This must be the apartment here.
Yes. There must be in there alone, Brad.
Yeah, I'll see if this door... Somebody's coming to the door. Stand back.
Who are you? What do you want?
A girl was just stabbed in this apartment. Where is she?
A girl stabbed? No. There's no girl here. There's nobody here but me. Go away.
Just a minute.
You're trying to trick me. You want to rob me, but I won't let you. I tell you...
Who are you, and what are you doing in this apartment?
I'm Enid Judson, of course, and I live in this apartment. I've lived here for years. Wait, Brad. There must be some mistake, but I'm sure
it's you. There now, she can tell you I live here. Tell him.
You know her, Eugenia?
No, but I've seen her several times coming in and out. She might live here.
Of course I live here. And now take your foot out of my door or I'll call the police.
If there's going to be any police calling, I'll do it. Now, I'm sorry, Miss Judson, but we're coming in.
Look how bad she's got a knife.
I warned you. I told you to stay out.
No. You're a little old to start playing with knives, Miss Judson.
Oh, my arm. Don't twist my arm.
I'm sorry, but I'll just have to hold on to this knife.
Now, look, Brad. There's nobody in here.
Yeah, so I see. Okay, Miss Judson, start talking. What happened in here a minute ago, and what happened to the red-headed girl?
I don't know what you're talking about. There wasn't any girl here.
She's crazy, Brad. Must have been she who stabbed the girl.
Crazy, am I? Because I guard what's mine, I'm crazy.
She couldn't have gotten rid of the body in the time it took us to get over here. Where was the girl sitting, Eugenia?
She was sitting over there at the dressing room table. And one by the closet. Brad, that door. That closet door must have been the one I saw open, the one where the hand came out of.
Yeah. I'll have a look inside that closet.
No, don't go in there. Stop. I tell you, stop. Let go of me. Let go of me. Thieves!
The girl in there, Brad?
No, she isn't in here. There isn't anything in there at all, except a ball of string as big around as a wagon wheel.
I don't understand it, Brad. I saw that girl brushing her hair, and then I saw the hand come out of the door holding the knife. I saw it plunge into the girl's back.
You better go on up to your apartment and get a good night's sleep, Virginia.
But, Brad, I tell you, I saw that girl.
Maybe it was some sort of hallucination. You've been working very hard lately. You said so yourself. People with overstrained nerves sometimes imagine things.
I'm a doctor, Brad. I know about those things, but believe me, this wasn't an hallucination. I saw that girl in the apartment opposite mine, and I saw her stabbed in the back.
But you saw for yourself there wasn't anybody there. The body couldn't have been hidden in the time it took us to cross the courtyard.
I know. I just can't understand it. That Miss Judson is crazy, Brad. It must have been she whose hand I saw.
Oh, I'll grant you she acts like a nut, and she had a knife. She might be a killer, too, but as far as I can see, there isn't any proof of it.
I simply don't understand it. Shouldn't we call the police and tell them what I saw?
Well, they'd only laugh at you, Eugenia.
You're laughing at me, too, aren't you? You do think I only imagined.
I think you've been working too hard. I think you need a good night's sleep.
Brad, you will believe me when the body of that girl I saw murdered tonight is found.
I left Eugenia standing there outside the archway of Harlequin Court, a strained, set expression on her tired, thin face. There was something pitiful about her. I couldn't help feeling sorry for her, and I had a tough time getting to sleep that night. However, by the next morning, I'd forgotten all about Dr. Eugenia Phelps, Miss Judson, and the night before. At 10:15, the door of my office opened, and a tall, well-dressed woman in her early 30s came in. She wasn't exactly beautiful, and she didn't seem unduly nervous or upset. She walked slowly toward my desk.
Mr. Runyon,
Yes?
I'm Mrs. Ronald Woodruff, and I'd like to hire you.
Oh, what's it all about, Mrs. Woodruff?
First, I must tell you that my home is not in this city. I came here 3 days ago, and I'm staying at the Felton Hotel.
Mm-hmm. What's the job?
It has to do with my husband, Mr. Runyon.
Here we go again.
What?
Skip it, Mrs. Woodruff. What about your husband?
Well, some time ago, 6 months to be exact, he became involved with a beautiful young woman who happened to be working in the town we live in. Well, eventually I discovered his infatuation and confronted them both. I love my husband, and I had no intention of letting him make a fool of himself.
Naturally. What happened?
Well, I won't go into details. The result was that my husband promised not to see this girl again. She, in turn, left our town soon afterwards.
But that didn't fix it?
Well, it seemed to for some months, but several weeks ago, I discovered that they had been corresponding. Once again, I confronted my husband, and once again, he promised to forget the girl. However, a week ago, he suddenly left home and disappeared.
And you think he's come here to join the gal?
I'm positive of it. But so far, I've been unable to find him or prove it. I've seen the woman and talked with her. Well, naturally, she denied that my husband has seen her. She says she's through with him and never wants to see him again.
Oh, you know where this babe lives, then?
Yes, I found her address on the letter I discovered.
Oh, sure.
I want you to watch this woman's apartment house for me. When my husband comes to see her, I want you to find out where he's staying.
Okay. How do I recognize him?
Oh, here's a picture of him.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good likeness. I'm sure you can identify him when he comes to see the girl. Here's $100 for expenses. I'll give you $500 more if you'll find him. Will you take the job?
Yeah. What's this woman's name? What does she look like? Where does she live?
Her name is Lenore Longstreet. She lives in a Greenwich Village apartment called Harlequin Court. And she has gorgeous long red hair.
The fat man isn't the only one who's got troubles. Here's a poor chap who could be anyone you know, including you.
Francis,
So what are you doing stretched out on the couch? You'd better get ready if you're going to that meeting.
I'll have to miss it tonight. Too much supper. My stomach's got me down.
Well, don't blame supper. You stuffed yourself like a glutton.
I'm not just stuffed. I feel awful.
I can imagine. You've got a good old-fashioned upset stomach. And I've got just the thing for it. Pepto-Bismol.
Oh, I don't want to take anything. I can't afford to stay home tomorrow.
You won't have to. Pepto-Bismol's not like that. It won't add to your upset, but will help to soothe and calm it very quickly.
Oh, nothing could be that good.
No, just try it. Here, take a good swallow of Pepto-Bismol, and you'll begin to feel better in no time. Why, you might even get to that meeting tonight after all.
Pepto-Bismol is a gentler, better way to help an upset stomach. In fact, it's better in many ways. Pepto-Bismol helps bring relief almost from the first moment. It begins to calm and quiet the upset right away. Then, because the Pepto-Bismol formula is gentle and soothing, it doesn't interfere with normal digestion and doesn't add to the upset. Yes, Pepto-Bismol is the dependable, speedy, pleasant-tasting way to care for common stomach disturbances. Remember this. When your stomach's upset, don't add to the upset. Take Pepto-Bismol to soothe it, calm it, and feel good again. And now, let's catch up with the Fat Man.
A lot of girls have red hair, but not many of them wear it long. There are a lot of courtyard apartments in Greenwich Village, but there's only one called Harlequin Court. A coincidence? Well, maybe. On the way downtown in a cab, I tried to reconstruct what had happened last night after my dinner with Eugenia Phelps. By the time I had it fairly clear in my mind, the cab stopped in front of the apartment house. I paid off the driver and walked through an archway into the courtyard. A row of mailboxes with nameplates above them was neatly arranged on each side of the arch. I stopped and looked at the names on the left side. Dr. Eugenia Phelps was listed there in apartment 2B East. I quickly crossed the archway and looked at the other row of boxes. The first name I saw was Miss Lenore Longstreet. Her apartment was listed as 1B West. Sharp feminine heels clicked along the walk inside the court. I turned and was looking at the startled face of Eugenia Phelps.
Why, Brad,
Good morning, Eugenia.
what on earth are you doing here? You should have called me. I'm just on my way to class.
Well, I didn't come to see you, Eugenia, but I'm glad I ran into you. I've got a hunch you're going to miss your class this morning.
Miss my class? Why?
Somebody hired me a little while ago to keep an eye on a girl who lives here. A girl named Lenore Longstreet. She has beautiful, long, red hair.
You mean that girl? The one I saw last night?
Yeah. I think I owe you an apology. I'm afraid you weren't having hallucinations after all.
But I don't understand.
Well, I think I do now. Come on back here in the courtyard a minute.
What is it, Brad?
Uh-huh. Just as I thought. What a sap. I don't know how I could have missed it last night.
Missed what?
Look over here at the door on the right. Then look on the one on your side. You notice anything different?
Why,
The steps, sweetheart. The steps. When you go in the door on your side, you go down about 5 steps and then start up again to the upper apartment. But on the other side, you do just the opposite. You go up 5 or 6 steps and then start up the regular stairs to the upper apartments.
but I still don't see what...
Simple. So simple I missed it last night. The apartment opposite yours is up only 1 real flight in this building here on the right, while yours is up 2 flights.
Oh, then we went to the wrong apartment.
Sure. That crazy old woman with a ball of string lives in the apartment above the one where you saw the girl stabbed.
But I don't see how we could have made such a mistake, Brad.
The most natural thing in the world. Your apartment is up 2 flights, so anybody would naturally think that the one opposite would be up 2 flights, too.
Then the girl with red hair, the one I saw, she may be lying in there dead.
Well, that's what we're going to find out now. That's the apartment over there.
Look, Brad, the door's slightly open.
Yeah. Whoever wielded that knife last night was really in a hurry.
Is the girl there, Brad?
Yeah, she's here, all right. Lying right where you said she ought to be, over by the dressing table. The knife's still in her back.
Oh, Brad.
You better not come in.
You're wrong. I think she had better come in.
Hey,
Quick,
what?
get inside, both of you. Quickly. Now, put your hands over your heads, both of you. This gun is loaded, and I'm not afraid to use it.
Ronald Woodruff, isn't it?
What? How did you know my name?
I've got your picture here in my pocket. You like to see it?
You keep your hands where they are. My wife, eh?
You're so right.
So she followed me. She hired you to snoop on me.
Maybe she hired me to keep you from doing just what you did.
What do you mean?
The dead gal over there on the floor.
You're wrong. I didn't kill Lenore. She was dead when I got here a few minutes ago. She's been dead for quite a while. You can see that for yourself. And I didn't kill her, I tell you.
Put that gun away and stop acting like a sap, Woodruff.
Not a chance.
You won't get away. The police will pick you up in no time.
I'm not worried about the police. I'll turn myself in when I've finished what I've got to do.
What do you mean?
I didn't kill Lenore, but I know now who did. And I'm going to take care of it in my own way.
Then he locked you two here in the dead girl's apartment and beat it, huh?
That's right, Mackenzie. By the time I got the door open, he disappeared. So I called you at headquarters.
And, you, Dr. Phelps, you say you actually saw this murder happen last night?
Yes. But I didn't see anything but the hand holding the knife. The murderer was hidden behind this door. I saw the hand plunge the knife into the dead girl's back.
Uh-huh. I still don't see why you didn't report it right away.
Oh, don't be a sap, Mackenzie. I've already told you that we made a mistake in the apartment. The apartment that's 2 flights up in this building is 1 floor above the apartment that is 2 flights up in the other building. We were in a hurry, and it was a perfectly natural mistake to make. When we didn't find a body, I thought that Eugenia here had been imagining things. It wasn't until I came back here this morning that I realized what had happened.
I see. Now, this old lady in the apartment above here, you say she's nuts.
Well, she certainly acts like it. She's an eccentric, to say the least. She's a string saver and guards it with a knife.
Oh, a knife, eh?
She threatened us last night when we tried to get into her apartment. Brad had to take the knife away from her.
Well, maybe she's the one we want. Come on. We'll go up and talk to her.
Now, don't be too sure about this crazy dame, Mackenzie. Woodruff's wife told me that the dead girl had told her she was through with Woodruff. It gives Woodruff a swell motive.
And if she wasn't telling the truth, it gives Woodruff's wife a swell motive.
You're not kidding about that.
We'll pick them both up.
This is the old woman's apartment right here at the head of the stairs.
Open the door, Miss Judson. Looks like she's gone out.
I doubt it. She told us last night that she doesn't leave the apartment very often.
Okay, we'll open it up.
Oh, it's not locked.
Miss Judson. Oh, I guess she's not.
Look. They're on the floor behind the bed.
Yeah, it's Miss Judson. Somebody put a knife in her back. Step on it, Mackenzie.
I hope you're right, Brad.
But where are we going, Brad?
To the Felton Hotel. That's where Mrs. Woodruff is registered.
You think she's the killer, huh?
I don't know, but I think her life is in danger.
Her husband?
Yeah.
Why do you suppose old Miss Judson was killed?
Because she knew who the murderer was. Room 715. Here it is. Right here.
Who's there?
It's Brad Runyon, Mrs. Woodruff.
You've something to report, Mr. Runyon?
Never mind that. You're okay?
Why, of course. Who are these people? What's wrong?
This is Dr. Eugenia Phelps and Lieutenant Mackenzie of the police.
The police? Why, I don't understand.
Lenore Longstreet was murdered last night.
Oh, did my husband do it?
We thought maybe you could tell us something about it.
But surely you don't think that
Your husband was in love with her. That gives you a swell motive.
You haven't heard anything from your husband?
Why, no, why should I? He doesn't even know I followed him to the city.
Yes, he does. And I think he's checking hotels right now, trying to find you.
But why?
To kill you.
Oh, then he did kill that girl.
He thinks you did. Wait a minute. Now do as I tell you.
All right.
Quick, Mackenzie. You and Eugenia get out of the line of the door.
Okay.
Now tell him to come in.
Come in. Ronald.
Yes. Yes, it's me. Surprise?
Ronald, what's wrong? Why are you looking at me that way?
She's dead. She's dead, you understand? And you killed her. And now I'm going to...
No, Ronald, no. Put down that gun.
You killed her, and now I'm going to...
Nice shooting, Brad.
Sorry, Woodruff, but I had to stop you from being a murderer. You ought to thank me for that shot.
Well, I don't. I came here to kill my wife because she killed Lenore.
You're wrong, Woodruff. Your wife hasn't killed anybody. Has she, Eugenia?
What? What are you talking about, Brad?
I'm talking about 2 murders. 2 murders that you committed.
You don't know what you're saying.
Well, you're out of your head, Brad. You said yourself she saw the murder across the court. Well, you were there with her.
Yes, I was there with her, all right. But she asked me to go out to the kitchen and mix a drink. Then Eugenia called me and told me she'd seen the stabbing. The lights were off when I got to the window.
You mean that...
I mean she killed Lenore before I ever got to the apartment last night. I was to be her perfect alibi. She had it all planned to pretend to see the killing.
But why, Brad?
I don't know that yet.
No, it's not true. It's not true.
I should have tumbled to the truth last night when I talked to the old woman, but I didn't. It wasn't until just a second ago that it clicked, that I remembered what she said last night.
What?
She recognized Eugenia when we knocked on her door.
Oh, what's that got to do with it?
Plenty. Eugenia made the same mistake about the stairs that I did when she went over to kill Lenore before I arrived last night. Knowing Lenore's apartment was directly across from hers on the same level, without thinking, she went up 2 flights of stairs and knocked on Miss Judson's door by mistake. That's when the old lady saw her. It was a tough break, wasn't it, Eugenia?
How was that a tough break, Brad?
Well, Eugenia knew that when the body downstairs was discovered, the police would question the old woman. She would remember that Eugenia had knocked on the wrong door, thinking it was the apartment downstairs. So Eugenia figured she had to kill her, too. Right, Eugenia?
Yes. Yes, I killed her. I killed them both. But Lenore deserved to die. She ruined my life, wrecked my career.
How?
She was a nurse for a short time in the hospital at home. One day I was operating and she made a mistake. A bad mistake. It cost the patient's life. It wasn't my fault, but Lenore made it appear that it was. I was dropped from the hospital staff. My reputation, my future, completely ruined.
You could have gone some other place?
Oh, no, Brad. It takes a woman too long to establish herself in the medical profession. So I determined to kill her. She became frightened and ran away. I followed her to the city and searched for her. When I found where she was living, I managed to get the apartment across from hers. Well, you know the rest.
I'm sorry, Eugenia, but nothing justifies murder.
I know. Nothing matters anymore anyway.
But, Brad, if Eugenia had already made that mistake about the 2 flights of stairs, why didn't she stop you when you started up the second flight?
Well, I think she did start to, but realized that if she did, I'd know then that she'd been there before. After all, she figured her alibi was already set. Once it was established that she'd seen the murder while I was in her apartment.
I'll be darned. Clever scheme, all right. I want to thank you, Runyon, for stopping me a minute ago when I think what I might have done.
Skip it, Woodruff. And take a tip from me. You got a swell wife here, and she loves you. Go on home with her and forget you ever knew a red-headed nurse.
The Fat Man returns in a moment. Have you a bottle of Pepto-Bismol in the house? Why wait until 4 a.m. some morning when your stomach's upset and it's too late to get up and go to the drugstore for it? With Pepto-Bismol safely in your medicine cabinet, you're ready in case any member of your family suffers from acid indigestion, nervous stomach, or just plain stomachache. You can take Pepto-Bismol at any hour of the night or day. Pepto-Bismol doesn't interfere with normal digestion, yet helps to soothe and quiet the upset promptly. Your druggist sells Pepto-Bismol in several economical sizes, and, of course, has that other famous product of the Norwich Pharmaceutical Company, Unguentine, the first thought in burns. Next week, Pepto-Bismol presents Dashiell Hammett's exciting character, the Fat Man, in an adventure called Murder Goes Sightseeing. And, as the Fat Man says...
Did you ever go on a sightseeing tour? Lots of fun, isn't it? All kinds of people, all kinds of sights. Some amusing, some colorful, and some of the sights with great historical interest. It's a real adventure. But it's a gruesome adventure when murder goes sightseeing.
Tonight's adventure of the Fat Man, starring J. Scott Smart, was directed by Clark Andrews. Music is under the direction of Mark Winston. Heard tonight were Alice Frost as Eugenia and Sarah Burton as Mrs. Woodruff. Remember, when your stomach's feeling dismal, take soothing Pepto-Bismol. Charles Irving speaking. This is ABC, the American Broadcasting Company.
Welcome back. Well, I guess Pepto-Bismol decided to opt to, to sponsor to type here with Pepto-Bismol as the sponsor and mentioning in the ad, eating too much. As always, a solid story with the fat man, showing he may be hard-boiled, but with a good heart towards the end. It's always a little confusing when they do the episodes with the physical clues, because it really does tax the, or visual clues, because it really does tax the imagination. But I guess that'll do it for today. We'll be back tomorrow with Let George Do It. If you've not already, I do encourage you to pick a copy of my ebook, All I Needed to Know I Learned from Columbo. We examine the history and career of 7 great fictional detectives, including Sherlock Holmes, Nero Wolfe, and, of course, Columbo. And we take a look at life lessons that can be garnered from their careers. It's a fun read. We've had quite a few copies go. You can pick up yours for your Kindle, for your Nook, for your Apple device, or you can pick up, if you've got another sort of reader, pick up your copy at smashwords.com. And also, if you have the Kindle, be sure and subscribe to the blog post we do. Currently, we're working through a series on the radio's most essential people, and you can follow that every week to your Kindle and try it out free for 2 weeks. Just search for Great Detectives of Old Time Radio. All right, well, now it's time for today's episode of Let George Do It. Surprise, surprise.
Personal notice, Stinger's my stock and trade. If the job's too tough for you to handle, you've got a job for me, George Valentine. Write full details.
Standard Oil Company of California invites you to Let George Do It. In just a moment, we'll begin tonight's adventure of George Valentine. If you're a regular listener, you know that new RPM motor oil doubles engine life, the time between major overhauls due to lubrication. Now, actual case histories prove this fact. Even a cab company operating in the tough grind all cabs go through found new RPM reduced engine wear 71%. So for top protection, get new RPM motor oil for your car at any standard station or independent Chevron gas station, where they say and mean, we take better care of your car. And now, tonight's story, Surprise, Surprise, another adventure of George Valentine.
Dear Mr. Valentine, surprise, surprise. Come to me and you're in for a lovely surprise. If you receive this note from a member of your family, your uncle, you'd probably look forward to the surprise. To me, these words are frightening. They make me shudder. And yet I have to find out what's behind them. So you must help me. You must come along with me. Please, please do not fail me. Sincerely, Lenore Matson.
So your uncle's a bad boy and a practical joker from way back. There are many like him.
That's right, Lenore. You may want to strangle some of them, but they're usually pretty harmless.
Uncle Glenn's always been vicious, cruel. The family hasn't seen him in years.
Family?
Yes, my mother, before she died. She was his only sister. But I think Uncle Glenn's always hated her. And I understand he hasn't seen his brother, Uncle Jason, for years either.
He's a nice, friendly chap.
Uncle Glenn's made a lot of money. But he's never offered any of us a cent. We needed it when Dad was killed in an accident. Now he has a lovely surprise for me. I can imagine.
Well, he might feel sorry for what he's done, and being older and maybe a little wiser, he might want to make up.
The age of miracles is over, Mr. Valentine.
How long ago did you get this message?
Oh, a week? I don't even know where he got my address. I couldn't make up my mind what to do.
Oh, did you get in touch with your other uncle, Uncle Jason?
I don't even know where he's been for the last few years. Oh, we're a fine, close family, we are.
Uh-huh. Well, just what did you have in mind for me to do, Lenore?
Well, I thought you and Miss Brooks might come with me as my friends. It's not too far from here. Point Summit, a few hours away.
Well, it seems a little silly.
I assure you of one thing, Mr. Valentine. Nothing Uncle Glenn has ever done has been trivial or silly. Mean and vicious, yes, but nothing small. Miss Brooks, you can understand how one can feel things without any real reason.
No, I've overworked my feminine intuition many a time. Usually not too successfully. Still, George, we might try.
Okay. I'll let you in on a little secret. I haven't been able to resist a surprise ever since I was 5.
What?
Yeah. And you know, the first jack in the box I ever saw, it hit me square in the nose.
Mr. Jester sure has an impressive-looking house.
Brooksy, anything this size has earned the name mansion. Whatever your Uncle Glenn has made his money in, Lenore, he's made lots of it.
I don't see any lights.
George?
Yeah, he's in the garden there somewhere.
Oh, it's such a sad sound.
Wonder if anybody's at home.
Down the street, see? There's a man out on the porch. He might know.
Oh, yeah. Dog probably just can't get out because of the high fence.
Uncle Glenn wrote that he's always home. I should come any time for my lovely surprise.
Well, we'll find out.
Oh, excuse me, sir.
Huh? What's that?
Oh, Mr. Juster over there. Do you happen to know if he's away for any length of time? Dog is howling, and we thought
That's Biff. With Juster all the time. Real love.
Well, there are no lights, so,
The lights in the back. Gotta be. In the bedrooms.
What do you mean, gotta be?
Mr. Juster's just got to be home, young man. He had an awful accident 2 days ago.
What?
Got his car smacked up. He's expected to pass away any hour.
Oh, no.
Oh, that's horrible.
Yeah. Surprise, surprise.
A dog. And a casket in the library.
Mr. Juster had us order it yesterday. He said it was a dying man's whim. I realize how you feel, Miss Matson, but you and your friend simply can't see Mr. Juster right now.
But I must see him.
Dr. Hammer is with him. Mr. Juster regains consciousness once in a while, and when he does, Dr. Hammer will let you go in.
Tell me, Miss Schlegel, this unfortunate accident, just what was it?
It's a miracle of sorts that Mr. Juster's still holding on. There was a lot of fog on Thursday night, a bad turn. The car turned over and over several times.
Oh, how awful.
He was driving all alone, so there was nobody to help him until motorists passed by and saw him. Wait, I'll shut the door to the garden. The poor animal seems to feel that something is wrong with its master.
Well, isn't anybody else here at the house? Doesn't Mr. Juster have any other friends?
I hate to say this, but I'm not a hypocrite, and I...
Yes?
Mr. Juster is, well, a rather difficult man. I've been his secretary and sort of housekeeper for several years. Frankly, I wouldn't have stayed a week if he didn't pay me very well, and if I didn't need the money.
Doesn't the doctor hold out any hope for Uncle Glenn?
I'm afraid not. And Dr. Hammer is as close to a friend as Mr. Juster has made here in Point Summit.
Lenore, I guess all we can do is wait.
As you can see, this is a big house. I'll show you all to your rooms. This may take hours.
Before we go in there, Miss Matson, I just want to warn you that your uncle is very weak.
Yes, Dr. Hammer.
Oh, Miss Brooks and I will wait for you out here.
No, Mr. Valentine. You and your friend, please come in, too.
What?
It would be a favor to a dying man.
What do you mean?
Miss Slager's in there already. It seems Mr. Juster has... Well, he's never made out a will, and he would like to dictate one.
Oh, but we
Quite
ought
a
to...
sizable fortune is involved. I think it would be best to have as many disinterested witnesses as we can.
Oh, I see.
Frankly, Miss Matson, I wasn't aware of the fact that Mr. Jester had any family at all. He never mentioned a brother or a niece, and I was with Mr. Jester a great deal of the time. I'm not a practicing physician now.
But you say he was glad now? When you mentioned to him that I was here?
Yes, he was. And it's a great blessing that you've come now, while you can still bring him a little comfort. We go right through here.
He's closed his eyes again, Doctor.
Uncle Glenn?
Come here, my dear, where he can see you when he opens his eyes.
Oh, he looks so tired. I remember him when I was a young girl.
He asked me to get my notebook, Doctor.
Yes, I know. Glenn? Glenn, she's here. Your niece.
Oh, hello, Lenore.
Oh, Uncle.
Let's have no fake emotions. I mean nothing to you.
But...
I don't know how you happen to be here.
But you wrote to me and...
What? What did I...
Doctor.
That's the way it is.
Will. The will.
Yes, Glenn, we're ready.
Been mean. And not sorry. But want to make up a little. Julia.
Yes, Mr. Juster.
These people.
George Valentine.
I'm Claire Brooks.
Friends of your niece's, Glenn.
Oh. I can't.
No, don't try to sit up. Just tell us what you want.
To you, Lenore, I want to leave $5,000. I never knew you, really. But I've hurt you less than the others. So you get the smallest share.
I didn't expect anything, Uncle.
Have you got that, Julia?
Yes, Mr. Juster.
The rest of my estate I want to divide between the people I have hurt. You, Fred. I want to leave you $25,000.
That's very generous of you, Glenn.
The same amount to you, Julia.
Yes, Mr. Juster.
And my brother, Jason, whom I hurt most of all. Have him located, and let him have the rest of my money, and this house with all that's in it, and everything in my safe deposit box.
What?
Any objections, Doctor?
But...
Am I going too fast for you, Julia?
No, sir.
I'll buy my way into heaven. Sign. I want to sign.
Mr. Valentine, please help me with him.
Sure.
Heaven.
Sam, here.
Can't.
Just lay down, Glenn. It's all right. These people will sign as witnesses, and it'll be all right. Just as good.
That's right, Mr. Juster.
Just let him alone. Please. Please.
Heaven, let them sign. And then when I go, don't prolong the farce, Fred.
Mr. Valentine, Miss Brooks.
Yeah, sure.
Yes, certainly.
There.
Thank you. Tired. So very tired.
I think all of you would better wait outside.
Yes, I think you're right.
Would be the best.
Casket. My beautiful casket. Joke. Life is a big joke. Big joke. With me.
Poor lonely man.
Just laugh in it.
That's about all we can do. Well, I'll fix some coffee.
Thanks, good idea.
I suppose you'll want to stay till the end, Miss Matson.
Oh, yes, of course. You will stay, too. Please, Mr. Valentine. Please.
Yeah. Yeah, Lenore. We'll stay. Brooksy. Brooksy. You aren't asleep yet, are you?
No, George, wait a minute. What's the matter, darling?
Everybody seems to have retired.
Well?
Even Dr. Hammer. I saw him walk down the hall into his room.
Well, he can leave Mr. Jester for a while, I guess.
Maybe. But something bothers me about this whole setup.
What are you talking about?
I'll be darned if I really know.
You know, it's a shame, but Lenore should get to know her uncle when it's too late.
Come on.
Where?
I want you to be sort of lookout.
Lookout?
Outside Mr. Jester's room. I'd like to talk to him for a moment if I have the chance.
Oh, stop being so mysterious.
Well, it's just a hunch. But I can't help feeling that Jester didn't know about any note to Lenore. Any note that asked her to come out for a surprise.
George, he's a dying man. He just didn't remember.
Maybe.
Besides, what can be wrong?
I told you, I don't know.
Ooh, that dog gives me the willies.
Man's best friend. There's something very touching about such loyalty.
It's that door over there, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
Well, I'll wait for you out here. I don't know what you're going to say to Mr. Jester, even if he's able to hear you.
I'll think of something.
If I hear anybody, even starting down the stairs, I'll cough. Nice and loud.
Yeah, good. What the?
What's the matter, George?
You don't have to whisper, Angel. There's nobody in Mr. Jester's room. The dying man has disappeared.
In just a moment, we'll return to tonight's adventure of George Valentine. At a party the other evening, someone asked a friend of mine why he bought a particular brand of gasoline. My friend didn't have any real reasons to offer, and it started me thinking that maybe there are other motorists like him. The facts are, there are plenty of good reasons for buying Chevron Supreme gasoline. To begin with, it's a balanced gasoline that combines all 8 high-performance qualities. After all, a gasoline can be made to stress one performance feature at the expense of others. However, Chevron Supreme gives you not 1, not 2, but all 8 qualities in the correct balance for all-around top performance. Power, mileage, starting, warm-up, acceleration, anti-knock, vapor lock prevention, and area blending. And for the kind of driving you do, your engine needs each and every one of these qualities. You'll feel the difference from the very first tankful of Chevron Supreme. So shift to the gas with all 8 for top performance all around. Drive in soon and fill your tank with all 8 qualities you get in every gallon of Chevron Supreme gasoline at standard stations and independent Chevron gas stations, where they say and mean, we take better care of your car. Surprise, a lovely surprise. That's what a badly upset young girl keeps babbling to you because that's what her uncle has promised her. An uncle who has never done anything good for her in his entire life. Well, you go with her to the uncle, Glenn Jester, only to find him, surprise, on his deathbed. And, surprise, a changed man of goodwill who has made out a very generous will. And surprise again, missing from his deathbed right after that. Even if your name is George Valentine, you find that a few surprises too many.
I want to talk to the good doctor.
You bet.
No time for ceremony.
Not here. Julia Slager's room is down here.
Yeah.
Wait. No need to bother opening that door. It's open.
And she's gone.
Lenore's among the absent, too.
Uh-huh.
Somehow I expected that. I guess even surprises come in 3.
Hey, wait.
Yeah, what is it?
Down there, the other wing, I see lights.
That's right. The living room and library, they're this way.
Yeah.
George, listen.
Hey, come on. Well, surprise. No, I won't say it.
All who are missing shall be found.
Come in, please.
Oh, the coffin.
Mr. Juster has passed away.
Oh.
We're sorry.
Dr. Hammer just called me.
As you may have gathered, Mr. Juster always wanted things carried out in a certain way, even things like this.
So?
So, why not? I've called the funeral parlor in the city. They'll be here in the morning.
The mystery's been solved.
Did you say something, Miss Brooks?
Oh, nothing important.
Well, I don't suppose there's anything else any of us can do until the morning.
I don't mind staying up with you all night, George, but I don't even know what you're trying to think through.
Any more cigarettes, Angel?
Here, take mine. That's the last. I'll tell you one thing. I'll be glad to get out of here in the morning.
Yeah. Lenore can come down here for the funeral later.
Yes.
I don't know what smells phony about this whole case, but something sure does.
Maybe you're just being stubborn, darling.
Maybe. Oh, good. Here it is. Hello? Yeah. Sheriff's office, yeah. Yeah, I'm waiting. Uh-huh, I see. No question about the accident. Nothing wrong with the car mechanically. Bad turn. No, nothing particular, mind. Yeah, thanks a lot.
I told you were grabbing at straws, darling, checking up on the accident.
I guess you're right. But something else bothered me about that call.
What do you mean?
Somebody was very sure not to miss a word of the conversation. I heard a click.
Eavesdropper.
It's no longer a secret that I'm more than just a casual friend of Miss Matson's.
All right, so what? There's still nothing you can look for, George. There's nothing to hang the slightest suspicion on.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I'll turn in and let you get a few hours' rest. Maybe this comes under the head of snooping. But I'm sure the late Mr. Juster wouldn't mind. What have we here? Active Investigations Incorporated. Dear Mr. Juster, we are happy to report that our operatives have been successful in completing your assignment by locating your niece, Miss Lenore Matson. Her residence is 2463 Ridgeway Avenue.
Get away from me! Get away from me!
Something is breaking at last. Dead. The dog is dead.
He jumped at me. Like a mad dog, he jumped at me. I had to do it.
All right, Dr. Hammer, please calm down. Yes. Uncle Glenn and the only living thing he really loved.
Yes, it's been quite a night.
I'm sorry, so sorry. I only meant to drive him off. I grabbed the nearest thing to me, the shovel.
Tell me, Doctor, what were you doing out in the garden at this hour of the night?
What? Oh, I reminded myself that I left something in my car, the blanks for death certificates. I wanted to have it ready where I could fill it out. I couldn't sleep very well anyway.
I make a motion we all go inside. We'll catch our deaths of cold.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea.
Take Lenore in, will you, Angel? And make a pot of coffee for everybody, too. Huh?
Sure will. Come on, Leonard.
Tomorrow I'll bury the poor creature somewhere here in the garden. Glenn would want it that way.
Glenn. The man left us some money, all right. I'm grateful. And I know we should speak kindly of the dead, but I can't be that two-faced.
Why, Julia.
Oh, look, Dr. Hammer. There's some scratches on your hand.
Yeah.
You better go inside, put something on it.
Yes, Julie. Maybe I should. Coming in, Valentine?
In a few minutes. I'd like to have a few words with Julia, if I may.
Why, certainly.
Well, I'll see you later.
Yeah. Julia, you seem to be a sensible, practical gal, and I need help.
Help? What kind of help?
Oh, well, I'm afraid I've been masquerading in this house under, well, let's say, slightly false pretenses.
What?
I'm not just a friend of Lenore Manson's. She hired me as a sort of private investigator because she feared what her uncle might consider a surprise.
I knew as much.
You did?
Yes, I listened in on your conversation with the sheriff's office.
You did?
I'm a snoop at heart, Mr. Valentine. Still, for the life of me, I can't imagine why you think there's anything wrong about what happened here tonight.
Well, a few questions in my mind don't seem to have answers.
You think I have them?
Maybe.
All right.
All right. I realize that Mr. Juster was pretty far gone tonight. But still, I can't quite make myself believe he couldn't summon enough strength to sign his signature to that will.
Well, he tried. I saw him try, really try. But what difference does anything like that make anyway? The will is just as valid without his signature, as long as we had two reliable witnesses like you and Miss Brooks.
Well, I told you I just had some questions. The answers aren't anywhere as clear.
I think you're trying a little too hard, Mr. Valentine. I honestly do.
The dog. The poor murdered dog.
Oh, surely the doctor had the right to defend himself.
The snoopy neighbor down the road said the dog was always with Mr. Juster. Always.
Well...
The door to the house was open. The dog wasn't chained. Why wasn't Biff with Mr. Juster? Why didn't Mr. Juster ask for it?
The thought never occurred to me.
And more interesting, why did the devoted dog stay in the garden all the time? Never moved out of the garden.
Mr. Valentine, your flashlight, my eyes, it bothers me.
Oh, sorry. You like the darkness better?
Much better.
Huh. Could it be that the dog was already near its master because he was buried somewhere here in the garden? Dead for a day or two as a result of a perfectly legitimate automobile accident?
You're crazy.
Could it be that the man upstairs wasn't Glenn Juster at all, but an imposter?
No, I know you're crazy.
The only man who could look enough like him to his niece who hasn't seen him in years? His brother, Jason?
Mr. Valentine, people tell me I'm an attractive woman. I'm going to be a very rich woman. I could be very grateful. Very.
You could?
I could make a deal. Any kind of a deal.
Like the deal you made with Jason? He's in that nice, expensive coffin now, remember? No, I'm afraid I'm not interested, Julia.
You fool! Fool!
We don't need any more partners, Julia.
What?
I wouldn't move an inch if I were you, young man. I wouldn't like to use this gun, but I will if I have to.
Fred, he knows.
So I heard.
I really did have only a bunch of questions with no answers until you killed that dog, Doctor. Killed it deliberately in cold blood.
Keep your voice down and stand still.
After Julia eavesdropped on the phone, you knew I'd be snooping around. And you had to have a legitimate excuse for some newly dug earth in the garden.
Make him stop talking, Fred.
There's where Glenn Juster is buried now, isn't it?
Please make him stop, Fred.
That's where you'll put his brother Jason's body instead when you're ready to send the coffin to the mortuary with Glenn Juster in it.
Shut up. When Glenn died, we found out he didn't leave us a cent. Not me and not Julie. After all, we had to take from him, too. He loved his ironic joke, so we got in touch with his brother. A detective agency had already located him for Glenn.
Stop it. Why are you telling him all this? Stop it.
Why? He has to die anyway. Let him have some of those precious answers.
But Jason saw the wonderful opportunity. And he really made the most of it, didn't he? Took the lion's share for himself in the will. So you killed him.
With him never found, we'll strip the house and the deposit box of everything.
The perfect crime. Because the body in the coffin will be that of Glenn Juster, who died a perfectly innocent death.
And we have a perfectly legal will.
While Jason's body will lie under that of the dog in the garden.
There'll be two bodies in that grave, Valentine. Start walking.
Now, you listen, Hammer.
I said start walking.
But first I need some light, don't I? Full in your eyes, Buster.
Julie, where is he? I can't see.
Here I am, Buster. This gun is safer with me.
I'll kill you.
You're going to help me find another surprise for my client.
Comes the weekend, and many motorists will pack their cars and head for fun in the snow country. But believe me, it's no fun when roads are slippery and cold weather freezes up your radiator. For safety's sake, be sure you get cold weather protection, antifreeze in your radiator, and tire change, too, before you take a trip into the snow. Get cold weather protective service at independent Chevron gas stations or standard stations where they say and mean, we take better care of your car.
So Uncle Glenn did have a surprise for me. The lovely surprise.
Yep, the real will of Glenn Juster. leaving practically all of his money to the only innocent victim of his foul nature.
What did that business of the signature mean, George? The act Jason put on about not being able to sign his name.
Well, that was the last piece of protection they gave themselves, Angel. Nobody would question the will because we could all testify that we saw Glenn Juster dictate it. But a signature, well, that's something they couldn't duplicate. With us as witnesses, they didn't need it.
It's funny. I always thought of Uncle Jason as the poor, imposed upon man. And Uncle Glenn is the greatest villain that was ever born.
Now, strangely enough, they've almost reversed themselves.
Yes.
Glenn Juster promised you a surprise. He didn't realize how much of a surprise it was going to be.
George?
Easy, Brooksy. It's just some neighbor's dog. Let's get out of here.
Tonight's adventure, George Valentine, has been brought to you by Standard Oil Company of California on behalf of independent Chevron gas stations and Standard stations throughout the West. Robert Bailey is starred as George with Virginia Gregg as Brooksy. Let George Do It was written by David Victor and Jackson Gillis and directed by Kenneth Webb. Virginia Eiler was heard as Lenore, Griff Barnett as Hammer, Lee Patrick as Julia, Fred Howard as Juster, and Earl Keane as Biff. The music was composed and presented by Eddie Dunstetter, your announcer, John Heaston. Listen again next week, same time, same station, to Let George Do It. Let George Do It is heard overseas through the worldwide facilities of the Armed Forces Radio Service. This is the Mutual Don Lee Broadcasting System.
Welcome back. Well, this week's show offers a really nice change of pace. Because the point really with this episode was to kind of figure out what's going on wrong. You know, as I listened to the story, I had a sense that definitely everything was not as it should be, but it was very hard to put my finger on what exactly the problem was supposed to be here. And I thought in the back of my mind, but I rejected the idea that everything might actually be okay. They just did not do that on this show. And, of course, we were correct there. So I love this. Some really solid twist here in the plot. Well, that will actually do it for today. We'll be back tomorrow with Sherlock Holmes. And then join us back here on Wednesday for Let George Do It. Well, today's episode is brought to you by the support of our listeners. Thank you so much for all your support. The Podcast Awards nomination process is underway. So if you'd like to nominate this show as well as any other podcast you enjoy, go to podcastawards.com. Well, now it is time to get into today's episode of Sherlock Holmes. This one is called The Fabulous Celebrities.
From New York City, the makers of Clipper Craft Clothes for Men and more than 1,200 leading retail stores from coast to coast present Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's immortal character, the world's most famous detective, Sherlock Holmes, starring John Stanley. This week's story, The Adventure of the Fabulous Celebrities.
Holmes, all I see in this warehouse are these large crates of heavy machinery. Dash it, what are we doing here in the dead of night, anyway? What are we looking for?
A killer, Watson.
A killer?
Precisely. At any moment now, Watson, that pile of crates is dropping down toward us. Look out! We're at the door of Dr. John Watson's study, and we're about to hear another of his adventures with the great Sherlock Holmes.
Well, Mr. Harris, good evening.
Good evening, Dr. Watson. Hard at work on your memoirs, I see.
I am indeed, Mr. Harris. At the moment, I've just finished a rather extraordinary adventure in which Holmes, after experiencing great threat of personal danger, finally trapped a dangerous killer who for many days had terrorized London.
Sounds interesting, Dr. Watson. What's this case called?
My friend Holmes always referred to it as the adventure of the fabulous celebrities. Before I relate it to you, Mr. Harris, suppose you give our audience a word on that celebrated product, Clipper Craft Clothes.
Certainly. When it comes to quality, there are certain identification marks you can always trust. For example, the sterling mark on fine silver and the Clipper Craft label sewn in the lining of truly fine clothes. Both symbols of superior quality and value. Clipper Craft clothes are produced in historic New England by craftsmen with a tradition as proud as that which built and sailed the Yankee clipper ships to rule the seven seas. Make it your custom always to look for the Clipper Craft label, the wheel of a Clipper Craft ship. You'll find it in Clipper Craft's remarkably expensive-looking topcoats and overcoats, priced at only $40 to $47.50. You'll discover it in Clipper Craft's sensational new zipper-lining topcoat, one of the smartest Clipper Craft style ideas that ever stretched your hard-earned dollars. Yes, when it comes to quality, compare Clipper Craft with clothes selling for many dollars more. And now, Dr. Watson, what about this adventure of the fabulous celebrities?
Well, Mr. Harris, it began in the year 1901, a year when Holmes was at the very pinnacle of success. By the turn of the century, as you know, the name of Sherlock Holmes was famous in every corner of the civilized world, and people stared at him whenever he walked out of our quarters at Baker Street. And then, very suddenly, it became very dangerous to be a celebrated person in the city of London. In the short space of 3 weeks, 4 persons of great prominence were struck down by a mysterious assassin. And finally, in great desperation, Inspector Lestrade asked us to appear at Scotland Yard.
Mr. Holmes, you understand Scotland Yard's conducting its own investigation of these baffling murders.
Oh, quite, Inspector Lestrade, quite.
In due time, of course, we should no doubt trap this peculiar assassin. However, knowing your taste for the unusual and admitting that you have some talent in these matters...
Coming from you, Inspector, I consider that a great compliment.
It is indeed. We've never been reluctant to give the official police a hand in these unusual matters, eh, Holmes?
No, Watson, we have not. Now then, Inspector.
Yes, Mr. Holmes.
Let us review the facts. A mysterious and deadly killer is roaming the metropolis of London. His special victims are persons of great prominence. In the last 3 weeks, he's assassinated a great English beauty, a champion heavyweight pugilist, a world-famous astronomer, and a famous admiral.
Yes, and every one of them a likely candidate for any Hall of Fame.
Quite, Watson, quite. But to continue, Inspector, in each case, the celebrated victims' valuables were not taken from their corpses. In short, we may deduce that those important people were murdered for some other motive rather than money.
That is correct, Mr. Holmes. But we have found no clue, no trace.
Exactly, Inspector Lestrade. You found no clue, no trace. You have let the trail go cold, and we must make a fresh start. Come, Watson.
Where to, Holmes?
Baker Street, my dear fellow, Baker Street. To think, to plan, to use the tools of logic. Assuming, of course, that we are fortunate enough to find a cab in this foul weather.
By Jove, Holmes, we're in luck. There's a cab at the curb right here on Derby Street. You can just make it out in this beastly fog.
Yes, Watson. Hello there. Hello, cab!
Well, he's seen us. I must say I anticipated a dreary and chilly wait. It's rather surprising. That cab driver, he's driving his horse straight. Holmes, he's trying to run us down! Look out! Holmes, are you all right?
Yes, Watson, I'm quite all right. Just managed to get out of the way of those horses.
Yes, but that driver, what the deuce was he trying to do?
Obvious, my dear Watson. He was trying to kill me.
Oh, thank heaven, Holmes, we're finally here at Baker Street. I've had a feeling that some kind of danger was stalking us through this wretched fog.
Yes, quite, Watson. As for myself, I'm aware of the danger, not as a mere presentiment, but as an actual fact.
What do you mean?
The driver of the carriage on Derby Street. He might very well be the assassin we seek. Remember, Watson, I am a person of some renown and am therefore vulnerable to his rather peculiar taste for victims. And here's our door.
Yes. What we need now, Holmes, is a good fire. Holmes! The top of the steps outside our flat.
There's someone lurking there. See a shadow. Quick, Watson, downward. Down there!
Holmes, Holmes, are you...
I'm all right. Bullet just grazed my neck, went through the collar of my greatcoat. Quick, up the stairs, after him.
Well, Holmes, the beggar went up the stairs onto the roof. I lost him in the fog, curse it. Holmes.
Yes, Watson?
You think this assassin
is the same who has accounted for the others? Yes, I most certainly think he is. The driver of that carriage and the man lurking in our hallway are one and the same.
Well, Holmes, you've got to be careful. He's made 2 attempts on your life in one night. The beggar may try still again.
Undoubtedly he will, Watson. It seems that for the moment the hunter becomes the hunted. But I hope to reverse that order in a very short time.
Dash it, Holmes, I must say you're rather matter-of-fact about this whole thing.
Quite, Watson. I'm thoroughly aware that my personal existence is in great jeopardy. But I cannot allow any emotion on this score to cloud my reason. The assassin who seeks my life is a very cool fellow, and I must meet him on his own ground. But the hour is late, Watson. There'll be time enough tomorrow to deal with my assailant. Watson! Watson, wake up!
What is it? Holmes, what the devil?
We seem to have a nocturnal visitor.
Oh. Mr. Holmes! Mr. Holmes, for the love of heaven, let me in.
Better have your pistol ready, Watson.
Yes, I'm all ready, Holmes. Wonder what the deuce the beggar wants. 3 o'clock in the morning.
We shall soon see, my dear fellow.
Why, it's Sir Hartley Ames, Governor of the Bank of England.
Mr. Holmes, shut the door, quick.
By Jove, he's got a gash across his cheek.
Yes, Dr. Watson. An assassin attacked me with a knife near my home. Just grazed me. It was not serious. The bleeding stopped. Mr. Holmes, I came straight here.
Pray be seated, Sir Hartley. Rest yourself.
Thank you.
Now then, you say you were attacked?
Yes, Mr. Holmes, yes. I couldn't get a glimpse of him in the fog, but I think the fellow followed me to your very door.
Interesting. Very.
Then, Holmes, it must be the same fellow.
Undoubtedly, Watson. The killer is abroad tonight pursuing his strange custom of hunting illustrious persons, such as Sir Hartley.
How does it happen, Sir Hartley, that you didn't go to the official police?
Oh, impossible, Dr. Watson. That could mean only disaster. The financial structure of the empire is based on delicate factors. If it became known that my life was in jeopardy, it might cause a panic on the exchange, a run on the bank.
Sir Hartley is quite right, Watson.
Oh, Mr. Holmes, what shall I do?
At the moment, there's but one thing to do, Sir Hartley. Dr. Watson and I will escort you to your home, and when you get there, lock your door and bolt your windows, and under no circumstances leave unless I summon you.
Well, Holmes, now that we've seen Sir Hartley safely under lock and key, we can look forward to a night's sleep, eh? Good Lord, it's 5 in the morning.
Yes, Watson, it's good to be back at Baker Street.
Yes, especially in view of this beastly weather. The fog has turned to rain. Oh, someone's coming our way.
Yes.
Begging your pardon, gentlemen, which one of you is Sherlock Holmes?
I am Sherlock Holmes.
Ah, indeed. So you are the great Holmes, the world's most famous detective.
Look here, old man.
Please, Watson. Now then, sir, state your business.
Oh, my dear Mr. Holmes, I have no business. It's just that I wanted a look at you. It isn't often a poor man like myself can stand face to face with a great person like yourself. No, indeed. It isn't often. I must say you look exactly like your photographs. Exactly.
Thank you. I am flattered. And now, my good man, if you've had your fill of staring at me, we should like to enter our quarters.
Oh, no offense, Mr. Holmes, no offense at all. It's just that I'll be able to tell my friends I've talked with the great Holmes.
The cheek of the fellow, Holmes. The infernal impudence of the bounder.
Watson.
Eh?
Did you notice that old man's coat and shoes?
I know.
Interesting. Very.
Holmes, what in blazes are you talking about?
First, Watson, the man's coat was hardly wet, yet it's raining.
Yes, I know.
Second, certain areas of his boots seem to be waterproofed. The rain dampened the leather only in splotches.
Well, what of it?
I merely mention these as elementary observations, Watson, which may or may not prove significant. But, for the first time, I believe I see a glimmer of light in this very intriguing adventure.
Well, Dr. Watson, so far it's been quite a story.
Yes, Mr. Harris. And I might add that events thereafter shape themselves with dizzying speed. I shall relate to you the second half of this remarkable adventure after you tell your audience some remarkable facts about Clippercraft clothes.
They are remarkable indeed, Dr. Watson. When I describe the qualities of Clippercraft clothes to you, I myself sometimes think that Clippercraft values seem too good to be true. But Clippercraft fabrics are actually as luxurious as they are long on wear. And the superior talent of Clippercraft experts shows up admirably in the smart hang of your jacket, the comfortable, roomy fit of your Clippercraft suit. It's when you check all these superb features against the amazingly low price for suits bearing the Clippercraft label that you realize Clippercraft values are nothing short of sensational. Only $40 and $45. Why, even a pure worsted suit with the Clippercraft label costs only $45. Yes, you save plenty, because more than 1,200 independent stores throughout America have concentrated their vast purchasing power to make these great Clippercraft values possible. That's why men who know insist on Clippercraft clothes bearing the Clippercraft label. So be sure to visit the Clippercraft store in your city.
These leading stores in the metropolitan area are proud to add their names to Clippercraft in your suits, topcoats, and overcoats. In Manhattan, Saks 34th, Broadway at 34th. John Wanamaker Men's Stores, Broadway at 8th and 67 Liberty Street. In Brooklyn, Abraham and Strauss. In Newark, New Jersey, Boulevard Men's Shop, Kresge, Newark. And in Jamaica, the B&B Clothes Shop, 16408 Jamaica Avenue.
And now, Dr. Watson, you were relating to us the adventure of the fabulous celebrity.
Yes, Mr. Harris, I was. On the evening after our encounter with the strange old man, a note was thrust under our door. It carried the waxen seal of the Bank of England, and its signer was Sir Hartley Ames. It was an urgent message from Sir Hartley, bidding us to meet him that night at a warehouse he owned at Irongate Wharf, near London Bridge. The note said simply that Sir Hartley had some new and vital information on the assassin, and he wished to transmit this information to us. I was watching my friend's face as he finished reading the letter, and I saw his eyes narrow. Then quickly, Holmes examined the seal through his magnifying glass.
Aha!
What is it?
My dear Watson, this seal of the Bank of England is a forgery.
A forgery?
Precisely. A devilishly clever piece of work. A fine imitation. The forgery, nevertheless.
Then the letter
is bogus, obviously.
Well, then it's a trap. Someone is trying to lure us to that warehouse.
Quite.
Well, then we better hurry to Sir Hartley's and warn him.
I fear it's too late, Watson. I'm willing to wager that Sir Hartley has, in some similar manner, been lured from his home. I'm willing to wager further that he is at the warehouse.
Yes, but Holmes, if it's a trap, surely we're not going.
On the contrary, we are. Perhaps, Watson, we can spring the killer's trap without savoring the cheese.
The house is a dark and chilly place. What's it? Deserted.
And if so with you there, Watson, it only seems deserted. I have a feeling we're being watched.
Tell you the truth, so do I. Walking up this corridor between these huge piles of machinery.
Yes, marine machinery. Sir Hartley Ames, among other things, owns a steamship liner.
Holmes.
What is it?
I just kicked something.
What was it?
Something soft. It felt like...
A body?
Yes.
Quick, Watson, the match.
Here you are, Holmes. Good heavens. It's Sir Hartley Ames.
Yes, shot through the heart. And note, Watson, there is a flake of paraffin in his left nostril. A significant detail, I might add.
Yes, but hold on. What are you doing?
A quick search of Sir Hartley's pockets. I have an idea that... Aha!
What is it, Holmes?
A note, Watson. A forged note from myself to Sir Hartley asking him to meet us here.
So that's how Sir Hartley was lured from his home.
Precisely. You remember I gave him strict orders not to move unless he heard from me.
Yes,
Watson, that pile of crates just above it is toppling down. Look out! Up! Watson, you all right?
Yes, Holmes,
There goes the killer. He's running toward the rear entrance.
Halt, you blackguard! Halt!
Catch it, Holmes. The beggar got away from us again.
He did indeed, Watson.
Oh, I must confess, Holmes, I'm not the hand with a pistol I was at my wand. You know, time and age dim a man's eye, I'm afraid. I saw the boundless shadow moving along the fence behind the warehouse here. I saw him go through the rear gate. Yet I missed it all the way.
Come, Watson, don't be too upset. Our quarry sought to kill 2 birds with 1 stone, but he managed to down only 1. Moreover, in his escape, he's unwittingly given us some valuable information. It is significant that he did not hurdle that low fence, but chose the long way to the gate, even though you were firing at him.
I confess, Holmes, I
Don't you, Watson? Come, man, come. The conclusion is elementary. At any rate, I'm becoming rather tired of being stalked by this assassin. I know who he is, and it's high time we closed with him.
You know who he is?
I do indeed. More than that, I know where I can find him.
Where?
In a large brick building on Marylebone Road, just east of Baker Street, and only a few doors from our own room.
Yes, but that brick building is...
Precisely, Watson. It houses that famous London museum, Madame Tussauds Waxworks.
What in blazes, Holmes, would the killer be doing at Madame Tussauds Waxworks?
Suppose we go there and find out, Watson.
You mean tomorrow morning?
On the contrary, Watson. I mean, tonight. All right, Watson, close that window gently.
Right, Holmes. I suppose you're aware we're breaking and entering.
My dear Watson, I cannot quibble with legal technicalities at this moment. Come, let us inspect this museum.
Oh, it's an eerie place at night, I must say. All these wax figures standing around. They look juiced lifelike now. Look, Holmes. Here's Napoleon Bonaparte. Julius Caesar, Oliver Cromwell. Holmes. Wait,
Yes, Watson, a new wax effigy of Sir Hartley Ames made within the last 10 minutes. The waxen face is still warm to the touch, and the scar from the assassin's knife still shows.
And the killer made a mold of Sir Hartley's face as he lay dead in the warehouse.
Precisely, Watson. You recall the flake of paraffin we found in Sir Hartley's nostril, and... Watson.
Yes, Holmes?
Right under that door.
So there is.
We'll come to grips with our quarry very soon now. Your pistol is ready. Follow me.
There's no one in here, Holmes?
True. Seems to be a small workshop.
Yes. Holmes! Good Lord! Look at that waxen statue.
Yes. You recognize it, Watson?
Well, it's a waxen image of you, Holmes.
It is indeed. Made by a master artist. Our friend the assassin getting in a little preliminary work before he did away with me. I do think the nose is a little too aquiline and the face rather thin, but... Watson, get back against the wall. The killer's coming back into his workshop.
But Holmes, who is it?
Obvious. The strange old man we met on the pavement at the entrance to Baker Street. Be ready when he comes in, Watson.
Right. Stand where you are!
What? And don't reach for that knife, my dear fellow. I assure you Dr. Watson will not hesitate to blow your head off at the slightest provocation.
That's all. You've caught me, Mr. Holmes. You've finally caught old Lafleur.
I have indeed, and I assure you that you'll be hung for your crimes in very short order.
It doesn't matter, Mr. Holmes. Nothing matters. Let them hang me now. Let them hang old Lafleur, the greatest artist in wax the world has ever known.
In heaven's name, Lafleur, why did you commit these terrible murders?
Dr. Watson, I am an artist, a great artist. I, Lafleur, who studied under the great Marie Tussauds. But I am old and sick, and I have not long to live. The museum was about to retire me, but I didn't want to retire. I still had work to do. There are great men and women still living, worthy of recognition in Madame Tussauds waxwork. I wanted to carve their images in wax for posterity, but I had so little time, and the museum would not allow me to immortalize them until they were dead.
So you took matters in your own hands.
Yes, Mr. Holmes. I couldn't wait for them to die, so I had to kill them myself. You, Mr. Holmes, you were to be my greatest triumph. I had already begun work on you and reserved a favored place for you here in the museum, next to Napoleon.
Holmes, now we have delivered our assassin to Inspector Lestrade, I still don't see how you detected old Lafleur and how you traced him to Madame Tussaud.
Obvious, my dear Watson. First of all, I knew the killer was an old man. Remember, he was not agile enough to climb over that low fence in the rear of the warehouse, even when he was under fire. Then, too, Watson, you recall the time we met old Lafleur in the rain in front of our rooms here?
Yes?
His coat was only slightly wet. That indicated he walked but a short distance, and Madame Tussaud's is only a few steps from here. But his boots gave him away, Watson.
Yes? How?
They were waterproof in some spots and wet in others. That meant that his boots were spotched with drippings of wax, Watson, the material of his profession. The forgery of the wax seal of the Bank of England and, of course, the flake of paraffin we found in Sir Hartley's nostril were added evidence. There is only one question left unanswered in my mind, Watson.
Yes? What's that, Holmes?
I wonder how I would have looked in wax, standing next to Napoleon.
Well, Dr. Watson, that was an exciting adventure indeed.
Thank you, Mr. Harris. I thought you'd find it interesting. However, I might add that Holmes never got his wish. Madame Tussaud's waxwork burned down in March of 1925, and all the Napoleonic relics were destroyed.
See. And, Doctor, what adventure will you have for us next week?
Next week, Mr. Harris, I shall relate to you the adventure of the Bloomsbury Ballad. It concerns a punch ticket, an empty coal scuttle, and a sentimental song.
The makers of Clippercraft clothes and more than 1,200 stores from coast to coast have brought you another in the new series of broadcasts featuring the world's most famous detective, Sherlock Holmes. Our stories are based upon the character Sherlock Holmes, created by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, and the program is produced and directed by Basil Lochran. Sherlock Holmes is played by John Stanley, Dr. Watson by George Felden. This week's story was written by Max Ehrlich with special music by Albert Berman. If you don't know your Clippercraft dealer, write Clippercraft, 200 Fifth Avenue, New York City. Be sure to listen next week to Sherlock Holmes in The Adventure of the Bloomsbury Ballad. This is Cy Harris speaking for Clippercraft Clothes. This is the Mutual Broadcasting System.
Welcome back. Well, I figured this out as to who the murderer was the moment they had the guy step onto the stage, just acting very creepy and very, very suspicious right from the get-go. So I kind of reached that conclusion. They telegraphed the ending a little bit, but other than that, it was an okay episode. Comment here from Cheryl, who says, love the Sherlock Holmes Great Detectives episodes. Well, thanks so much. Well, I guess there's nothing further. We will be back tomorrow with yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Join us back here on Thursday for another episode of Sherlock Holmes. Well, today's episode is brought to you by the financial support of our listeners. Thank you so much for all of your support. And now it's time for today's episode of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, the Celia Woodstock matter.
For your listening enjoyment, John Lund as
Johnny Dollar.
Is this Mr. Dollar, the insurance gentleman?
That's right.
Well, this is Captain Lyle Woodstock. I was given a message that you telephoned.
Oh, yes, I did. Your insurance company wanted me to look into this trouble with your wife. Wonder when I could see you.
At your convenience. But it's not trouble yet. It's quite possible that nothing is wrong at all.
Oh? Well, I understood that you were worried about her disappearance. That you hadn't heard from her in over a week. Isn't that it?
Yes, but I'll explain it all to you. But as I said, in spite of her absence, it's entirely possible that nothing is wrong at all.
All right, Captain Woodstock. I'll be out to talk to you this afternoon.
While we take a breather from our program, I'd like to ask you a question. Do you know who Uncle Sam's lawyer is? If your answer is the Attorney General, you're absolutely right. But being legal advisor to the President and other governmental agencies is only part of his job. His main task is running the Department of Justice, which makes sure that the laws passed by Congress are carried out and that lawyers are available when the government must be represented in court. Let me give you an example. Suppose there is some question concerning the amount or kind of tax you should pay, or suppose you and the government don't agree as to which of you owns certain land. That's when the Department of Justice steps in to represent the government side of the case. If anyone is brought to trial for counterfeiting, smuggling, gold hoarding, or passport forging, the Department of Justice prosecutes the case. It also handles all matters dealing with legal immigration. And all of this activity is the responsibility of an important member of the President's Cabinet, the Attorney General. Just as it is the duty of the United States government to protect each and every one of you, it is the duty of the Attorney General to protect the government of the United States.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to Home Office, Washingtonian Life Insurance Company, Hartford, Connecticut. The following is an accounting of expenditures during my investigation of the Celia Woodstock matter. Expense account item 1, $25.50. Car rental and mileage to the Woodstock home, off the highway just east of Bridgeport. There was a large frame house, shuttered against the winter wind blowing across Long Island Sound. Captain Lyle Woodstock, please.
Yes? You are Mr. Dollar?
That's right.
Come inside.
Thanks.
I am Captain Woodstock. It was nice of you to come out. Nasty wind, isn't it?
Yeah, it wasn't blowing like this in Hartford.
Quite often windy here on the Sound. I'm afraid you'll have to leave your coat here.
Oh, that's all right.
I discharged the servants, all of them. Couldn't stomach their attitude since Celia's departure. Come along. We'll talk in the library.
Okay.
After you, Mr. Dollar.
Thanks.
I'm afraid I was guilty of a certain amount of deception when I spoke to your Mr. Miller. Through a delicate choice of words, I'm afraid I intimated that I was frightened for Celia's very life. Sit down.
Well, why the deception?
Why, naturally, to interest them in the situation. And with a purpose, Mr. Dollar.
Well, couldn't you afford to hire a private detective?
My good man, I have wasted a considerable amount of money by doing just that. It was from the stumbling idiot of a detective that I received the news of Celia's disappearance.
He was following her?
He had been for a month, until he lost her. I had entertained certain suspicions about Celia.
What's this investigator's name?
Slater. Mr. David Slater. He was recommended as the best in Bridgeport. Considering his dismal failure, you surely understand why I felt it necessary to turn to someone else. My insurance company struck me as a wise choice, since there is a large policy on her life.
All right, I'll talk to this Slater. Now, will you give me everything you can on your wife? Description and so on?
Yes, of course. They're on the table. I brought out a few photos.
How old?
27. Oh, yes. That one was snapped on Mondego Beach. Very striking woman, isn't she?
Yeah.
And this one was taken while we were anchored off Hero last summer.
You get around.
Travel has its advantages, Mr. Donner.
This your boat?
Yes, in dry dock at the moment. As a matter of fact, I met Celia when I put into Las Cruces instead of Acapulco. And it seemed that she, too, wanted to travel.
Where do you think she's traveling now?
I haven't the faintest idea. As I started to tell you, I've been troubled by certain suspicions. She was seeing entirely too much of a young doctor in Bridgeport. His name is Masterson. Dr. Charles Masterson.
You think he could have something to do with her disappearance? Is that what you mean?
I shouldn't like to say. I believe that she is a quite perfect physical specimen, yet she visited this doctor fellow at least 3 times per week.
Yeah? Anything else?
As a matter of fact, yes. We were in Acapulco 2 years ago when
The rest of the story wasn't too far from typical, although I don't meet too many of the breed. A, the 55-year-old Woodstock, captain because he owned a schooner, had dedicated his life to what he called adventure. And B, the 28-year-old Celia, had also dedicated her life to what she called adventure. The results were a number of voyages. And finally, Celia Woodstock's disappearance. I found the private investigator David Slater in a conservatively crummy suite of offices on Front Street in Bridgeport.
Well, you've met him, so you know what type he is. Yes, I followed his wife.
Oh, what did she do?
Got a report on every move she made for months. You want to see it?
Not if you remember the highlights. What about this Dr. Charles Masterson?
Well, doctors are hard to pin down, you know that. She went to his office 3 times a week, but she never met him anyplace else. Maybe she was sick.
Her husband says no.
Well, I didn't find out. I couldn't have talked to the doctor without letting out who I was. Yeah, the nurse who quit the day before I left the case.
You didn't talk to her?
I was going to, but after I left, I didn't. Why should I?
Do you know who she is, where I can find her?
Yes, her name is Janet Squire. She went to work in the Red Cross Blood Collection Center up on Union.
Good, thanks. Now, what about the day Mrs. Woodstock dropped out of sight? Was there anything special?
I'm sure there was something special. I wouldn't have lost her. I'm no rookie in this business. She bought a ticket to New York City on the 345. So did I. I got in the same car that she did. I didn't see her, but I figured she was powdering her nose or something. When she didn't show before the train left, I went through the rest of the cars, but I never picked her up after that.
She knew you were tailing her, huh?
Well, she must have. Must have got on the car and then right off. That and the money she drew out of the bank makes me think that she was running out on old Woodstock and nothing else.
No money was mentioned to me.
Well, that's funny. Woodstock knew about it. $2,000 the morning she left.
Huh. I wonder what else that old renegade is holding out on me.
The phone calls she made?
No, he didn't say anything about phone calls.
She made quite a few from public booths. I finally got into one next to her. I couldn't get the number, but she talked to somebody named Sprague. She didn't say much but the name, and then asked, where do you want me to meet you? And when she was answered, she said, all right, I'll let you know when everything is arranged. Well, that's all.
Well, that's enough for me. If he thinks he's got a free wife chaser, he's mistaken.
You're going to drop it?
Sure, that's the way it is. I gave up that kind of work a long time ago. I don't like it. It's Dollar, Captain.
Get in and close the door.
What's this? Where's Woodstock?
Close the door. If you do anything else, I'll kill you.
Where's Woodstock?
He's gone. Now walk backwards. Down the hall.
Why?
Go on or I'll shoot. Stop now and turn around. Open the door. And get in the closet.
Now, wait a minute.
Please, mister, do what I tell you. It won't make any difference if I kill you.
Okay.
Close it.
When I heard the front door slam, I started kicking my way out. The paneling was heavy, and it cost me a torn trouser leg and a scraped shin before I made it. Mrs. Woodstock. Mrs. Woodstock. Hello. Hello, operator. Hello. He'd given himself some more time by pulling out the phone wires, but it took less than 5 minutes for me to cover some 200 yards to the nearest neighbor explain myself, and get through to the Bridgeport police. A short time after that, I met Homicide Lieutenant Al Jester, and with him, watched 2 ambulance attendants start Mrs. Woodstock toward the hospital.
Oh, Joe, you're in lumbar cases. Keep your feet down. What's their condition, boys? Can you tell? It's bad, Lieutenant. Her right lung. Yeah, no chance of a statement. We'll do what we can, Lieutenant. Hold it, Joe. All right. I got these steps.
Well, I guess it depends on her how easy or how hard this is going to be.
Yeah, but better not count on it. I've been disappointed too often. How did Slater's story strike you?
Well, I had no reason not to believe him. He said as far as he was concerned, the girl was running out on her husband. The more I saw of it, the more it looked that way to me, too. Then I came out here to drop the case, and it blew up in my face.
The man you described, could he have been this Sprague?
Yeah, he could have. I didn't ask him. He was half crazy. If he was Sprague and I'd thrown the name at him, he'd have killed me. It was that bad.
Yeah. Could you describe the gun?
Yeah, it was a cheap revolver, nickel-plated with a short barrel. Caliber was .32.
You sure of that?
Oh, I guess a smart lawyer could keep me from swearing it was a .32, but it was.
I'll take that.
I got only one definite thing out of him. He said Woodstock was gone. That's all he'd say. Then he put me in the closet. I didn't hear him drive away. I was kicking up some noise getting through that door. But the people in the house where I phoned said they saw the car leave. It's the next house, that way.
I'll check.
Lieutenant Jester.
Yeah.
You better go upstairs. We're shooting up there, too.
Where?
In the hallway toward the back. There's no question about this one. He's dead.
You know, many great men have attained the highest office in our land, the presidency of the United States. Can you guess the name of this man? As a statesman, he showed great strength. He was a defender of religious liberty and continually attempted to strengthen the national unity of the state. He influenced the writing of our Constitution, and with Alexander Hamilton and John Jay, wrote the famous Federalist Papers, considered one of the best analyses of the Constitution. He ran for the first United States Senate, but was defeated. Then he served an 8-year term as representative from Virginia. During the War of 1812, when the British attacked Washington, D.C., he and his wife were forced to flee for their lives. If you don't have his name by now, here's one more clue. During his administration, Louisiana and Indiana joined the Union. Who was he? James Madison, 4th President of the United States. His life is part of your American heritage.
And now, with our star, John Lund, we bring you the second act of Yours Truly, Johnny Dollar.
Right back there, Lieutenant.
Yeah, I see him.
Woodstock? Yeah, let me see. Yeah. That's who it is.
Get some light on in the room, huh?
Yes.
Shot from behind.
There's a gun on the floor, Lieutenant.
That guy told you Woodstock was gone, Dollar.
Well, he couldn't have been more right, could he?
I guess not. Well, let's get out of here until the photographers show up.
By the end of that first day, the description of the man I'd tangled with had been broadcast, along with a possible description of the car he was driving. Celia Woodstock hadn't died, but she hadn't regained consciousness either. I took a hotel room in Bridgeport that night where I'd be called if and when anything happened. Nothing did. The next morning, I went to the Red Cross Blood Collection Center to talk with a nurse who had recently resigned from the office of Celia Woodstock's friend and/or doctor.
Mr. Clark and Mr.
Yes,
Gibson,
ma'am.
please.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, yes, please.
I'd come in with my mind tossing motives for murder around. Motives of personal greed and selfishness and hate. And it was almost a shock to suddenly face a segment of this country, citizens, old ones, young ones, men and women, quietly going about the business of helping the best way they knew how. I stayed to give my own blood after Janet Squire talked with me, and I knew it would go out of the center in the best of company.
You can go in here, Mr. Dollar.
Thanks. I'm sorry to bother you, Miss Squire, but I was told you were in Dr. Charles Masterson's office until a short time ago.
Yes, that's right.
I'm working with the police on a case. I'd like to learn as much as I can about Mrs. Woodstock.
Well, I'm afraid I know very little. She was a patient of Dr. Masterson's, but other than that, I know nothing.
Her husband seemed to have the idea that she might be more than just a patient.
That there might have been romantic interest between them?
Yeah. Wasn't there?
Not that I know of. I make it a point to do very little prying into other people's affairs, Mr. Dollar.
Sometimes I wish I could. Do you know anything about anyone named Sprague?
Sprague? No, I'm afraid I don't. I'm sorry.
So am I. I hope the results are better when you start working on me. A telephone check with Lieutenant Jester about an hour later added nothing. He'd been in communication with Mexican authorities, but they were unable to come up with any leads on Celia Woodstock or even any proof that she'd been in the Acapulco vicinity 2 years ago when Woodstock told me he had married her. Homicide men were searching the captain's schooner, and they were still working on the name Sprague. I played my last card and went to see Dr. Masterson.
I was shocked when I read about it. It's tragic. But, Mr. Dollar, I'm sure you realize why my name mustn't be dragged into this.
It won't be if it doesn't belong there, Doctor.
Why, there was absolutely no basis for his suspicion. Whatever made him say anything like that?
He had a detective following her. He had an idea that she came to your office too often.
And why didn't he talk to her?
He did. She said something about a sinus condition and heat treatments.
That's precisely the truth. I resent your attitude, Mr. Dollar.
Well, that puts us on a par. Your attitude doesn't set so well with me. Keeping your name out of this case isn't as important as clearing it up, no matter what you think.
But I know nothing about it.
Well, you must have talked to the woman. As often as she was here, you must have become fairly well acquainted.
Well, no better acquainted than with most of my patients.
I don't ask for any more. What did she talk about?
Why, the conversations were unimportant. She talked about her travels. They'd come here from Florida to have some work done on their yacht.
Did she talk about her husband?
Yes, occasionally. General things.
Never anything about unhappiness? About leaving him?
No. They were planning on a trip to South America in a few months.
Dr. Masterson, did she ever mention anyone named Sprague?
Sprague? Well, this is one of the strangest things that's happened to me in a long time.
Why?
Well, the last visit Mrs. Woodstock made in the afternoon about a week ago, someone telephoned and asked for a Mrs. Emile Sprague. My nurse and receptionist called in and asked if Mrs. Sprague could answer the phone.
Was the nurse Miss Squire?
No, she had just left me. It was Miss Hall, who didn't know my patients by name. But when Mrs. Woodstock heard the name Sprague, she went into hysterics. I gave her a sedative. When she was calmed, I wanted to ask about what had happened, but, well, I didn't. There was something about her that begged me not to. I decided to wait until she came back, but she never did.
Well, so it's Emil Sprague now.
I'm sorry I was hesitant, Mr. Dollar.
Well, it's in the works now. We'll see what we can make out of it.
How's Mrs. Woodstock?
Still alive. Those chest things are bad, though. Here's how the shooting stacks up so far. She was wounded by 38 caliber slugs. Her husband was killed by 32s. So if you were right on your gun description, the man you ran into killed her husband.
Now, what does that leave us? Woodstock killing his wife?
Well, he was shot from behind while he was going into the upstairs room, apparently chased up there. He had a gun in his hand that he dropped when he was hit. That was the gun we found on the floor, the 38 caliber.
Ballistics hasn't run any comparison tests yet.
No, not yet. I'll let you know as soon as we get a report.
Close to 12 that night, the lieutenant phoned me that Mrs. Woodstock was finally responding to treatment and would likely live. I was at the hospital at 12:30, but it wasn't until almost 3 that Lieutenant Jester and I were told that Mrs. Woodstock was conscious and able to answer questions.
Good morning, Mrs. Woodstock. You feeling better? My name is Lieutenant Jester, and this is Mr. Dollar. We're both interested in what happened at your house the other evening.
Mrs. Woodstock, do you understand what we're saying to you? Do you understand?
My husband, Lyle, they told me he was all right. Is he?
Well, he was shot. Did they tell you that?
Yes.
Do you know who did it?
Yes, I know. I was there. I remember.
We wish you'd tell us, Mrs. Woodstock. Emil Sprague?
Yes. Yes, Emil. No one else was there. He made me go.
Made you go where?
To my house to talk to my husband.
Emil Sprague made you go? Why? How could he make you go?
Because I'm Mrs. Ann.
You're Mrs. Emil Sprague? You were married to Sprague. Your marriage to him was never ended, but you married Woodstock anyway.
Yes. I was wrong. I lied. I didn't tell him. Then it was money. He wanted money.
Sprague did.
Yes. I didn't know where he was. In Mexico. I had to get away. And I married my husband. That's all it matters.
I'm afraid it isn't. Sprague followed you here.
From Florida. I begged him not to.
That $2,000 you drew from your bank.
I gave it to him. But it wasn't enough. He made me stay with him. He made me go with him for more money. And my husband, I tried to make him understand. He wouldn't. He blamed me, called me things. Went to the drawer. Why didn't he shoot him? Did it me?
Are you sure of that? Woodstock shot you?
Going to the drawer. I remember. Turning around with a gun. That's all.
Huh. Do you know where Sprague would go?
Back to Florida.
Well, we don't think so. We've got a good description of him and the car he was driving. We think he's still in Bridgeport someplace. You said you were with him. Where?
We had a room on Commercial Street, 713.
Is it a rooming house?
No, a big building. An apartment.
Which one is Sprague's?
It's number 12 on the second floor.
Does he have a phone in the room?
Yes. Elmwood 42132.
Thank you. We won't bother you anymore. Thanks, Mrs. Woodstock.
I want to help my husband. I'll do anything I can. I want you to know that.
We'll tell him, Mrs. Woodstock.
Lieutenant. The men should be set at the back of the building.
All right, Sergeant. You'll go in with me. It's that corner room up there. There's a door to another room right across from his, so we want to keep him from firing if we can. All right, let's go across. Good luck. Lieutenant! The window! He's onto us. He's been watching at the window. I saw him move. Well, we better see what you can do on the phone then, Dollar.
Phone?
We thought if you couldn't catch him off guard, we'd try and talk him out. And there's a payphone in the hallway. His room's just to the right at the top of the stairs there.
That phone is right in line from up there.
Now we'll cover him. Okay, Dollar, if you're ready. He won't answer. It's ringing.
I didn't hear it upstairs.
He'll do something with it. Hello. Hello, Sprague?
Yeah.
We just got a complete statement from Mrs. Woodstock. Your blackmail, the works.
She's alive?
Yeah, she's going to make it.
I thought she was dead. I saw her fall. I killed him because I thought she was dead. If I'd have known, I wouldn't have killed him. I should have found out.
You should have done a lot of things. What we want you to do right now is give yourself up without any trouble. Every door in the building is covered by police. We want you to come out of your room and down the stairs with your hands out where we can see them. Do you understand that? Are you listening to me? Come on, Sprague. Come on out and make it easy for...
Stairs. Look out! Down, Dollar! Stay there, Sergeant. Be careful.
It's all right. Sprague? Sprague? He's dead, Lieutenant.
Sergeant? Yes, sir? I'll go phone in. Keep the people away as best you can.
Expense account item 2, $45, miscellaneous, hotel, meals, etc. Expense account total, $73.60. Remarks? I understand the lawyers for the Woodstock estate are already measuring ways and means to cut the bigamous wife out of the estate. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, stars John Lund in the title role and was written by Gil Dowd with music by Eddie Dunstetter. Featured in tonight's cast were Howard McNear, Victor Rodman, Ken Christie, Virginia Gregg, Bill Conrad, Edgar Barrier, and Jim Nusser. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, is transcribed in Hollywood by Jaime Del Valle. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, has been a presentation of the United States Armed Forces Radio and Television Service.
Welcome back. Well, it's good for Johnny to get some chance to observe some positive actions taken by humanity in the midst of the muck he's going through. This episode, for those of you who've been long-time listeners, was run previously. The episode we heard today was recorded in January 1954. It first ran March the 3rd, 1951, and we played it here March 4th of 2011. So when it first ran, the whole blood donation had a significance of helping the American war effort in Korea. But it was still left in, it's just this rare moment for a guy who's constantly coming on people who are ne'er-do-wells, experiencing some folks doing something good. And this was interesting to hear for me, just because it was I listened to it the day before my scheduled trip down to the Red Cross. So, well, that will actually do it for today. If you have a comment, email it to me, box13, greatdetectives.net. Follow us on Twitter at Radio Detectives and give us a call, 208-991-4783. We will be back on Monday with the adventures of Frank Race, and then join us back here on Friday for another episode of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. From Boise, Idaho, this is your host, Adam Graham, signing off. Idaho, this is your host, Adam Graham, signing off. Idaho, this is your host, Adam Graham, signing off. Idaho, this is your host, Adam Graham, signing off.